And hello, everybody. Welcome to, oh boy, we're going to have enough fuel. Welcome to Tampa. Oh, this is going to be tough. I don't know if we have the range for this, man. I thought this was going to be a good plan B. And now that I look at it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we have enough. Do we have enough? We may not have enough. We may have to, yeah, we may have to rethink this gain here. Nah, you know what? We're gonna go for it. I think we're right on the edge of our range for this plane, and yeah, let's just see how she goes. We're gonna try to fly from Tampa, Florida, to Teterboro. We were initially gonna hop into the madness, the get out of Newark madness, but yeah, right now it's total ground stops into Newark from basically everybody or everywhere. So we're not going to worry about doing that. Oh, jeez. Um, and we're just going to anytime we have a backup plan that involves a GA aircraft, it's a good thing. So the Zebo was kind of did the same thing the Mooney did to me the other day, where it worked great right up until showtime, and then I don't know if it got stage fright or what exactly, but um, yeah, it was not wanting to load up. So yeah, I kind of wanted to fly tonight, so I just called a little bit of an audible, and we're just gonna go with the Eclipse. It's probably the plane outside of the Mooney that I've been spending the most time. I can't even see in the dark out here. Spend the most time in here lately, so it's been a fun plane. It's really really an interesting little bird, light light biz jet, and I've actually quite enjoyed it. It's been a learning experience, but it's been pretty fun. All right, I think we're getting pretty close here to having everything elevator trim. We'll get that guy centered up here. We got the APU on. Sorry, that's or the GPU on. That's what you hear in the background there, and so apologize for that. We're going to go ahead. We're going to be at flight level 290 today, so we'll make sure we have our oxygen ready to go. Yes, I have done the blackout thing because I've forgotten to turn the pressurization on, and yeah, that was not good. Okay, got our main battery on. We're going to do bus tie. We're going to make sure the ELT switch is armed. It is. It's down. External lights. What do I need here? So people know I'm up messing around in the cabin. Oh, those are down. Those are down. Where are those external lights? This needs to just go to beacon, not strobe quite yet. I do have internal lights turned on right now just to help me get started. And I actually have Jacksonville Center, which I believe covers this area. So let's go talk to him and see what he has to say. Got my notes over here. At Jack Center, good evening Eclipse, November 11816 on the ground at Tampa. Would look to pick up IFR into Teterboro. Maybe he doesn't cover Tampa. 24775. Maybe he doesn't cover Teterboro. All right. Well, if that's the case, because I'm not hearing him. I am not hearing him. And well, we're gonna go ahead and program our route here. Oops. Oh, the allergies are absolutely kicking my butt. Hey, Rob, how's it going, man? I am, I'm hurting. KTPA. I'm thinking maybe I'm not in his area yet, and that's why he just didn't hear me. So we'll get going. We'll get contact me probably from him as we're getting a little bit north, and then we'll get our pop-up IFR basically. What's the weather doing here at Tampa? Tampa. Let's see, weather control. We are live weather. 330 at 6, 3006. All right, wind's kind of out of the north here. Here's our route. As you can see, Tampa, pretty well just kind of up that southeastern coast, and then across into, I think this is like the Washington, D.C. area, and then up into Teterboro. They'll kind of try to keep us north, I believe, of all the metro areas. But that's going to be interesting because that's where all the action is. That's Newark right there, JFK and LaGuardia and all that. So it's the Baypo 8 that we're looking to depart from. But first we need to know where we are. And we will be taking, let's see, we'll be taking one left or one right. The winds are 330, so I think we're right down here, guys, at the GA spot. So pretty short taxi for us, just kind of maybe the ramp over here to Foxtrot 2 or Foxtrot 1, and then down that's Delta here to Delta 1. We'll just plan one right since we're kind of doing our own thing here, and we'll come back and look at this Baypo 8 here in just a second. One right, Baypo 8, and we have the Camjo. Alright, so that's quite a bit of what we need there. Then, do I have the ability here? Poly. Wait a second, can I go Camjo? Can I load an airway? Good. Quebec 99, and we're going to get off that airway at Poly. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's so, Rob, that's kind of why I changed. Well, I'll tell you the story here in just a second. Let me get, there's a whole very boring backstory to this, but it'll take up a little bit of time since we have like a 3-hour flight here. TUBAS. Tubas. And then from Tubas, we are on an airway. We are on the Juliet 51 to FAC. What is FAC? Flat Rock. And then at that point in time, we are actually ready to go to Teterboro. KTEB Echo Bravo. Yeah. And we're going to be shooting the Jake 3. So load arrival. Weather forecast at Teterboro. Oh, the winds are calm. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that would mean for us, our pick of the litter here. And I'm guessing they probably, I don't know this for a fact, but probably bring us in on runway 8. We'll just plan that. We can always change that, but it'll get us out of the, it'll get us rolling. We have an ILS runway 6. Actually, okay, we'll plan that. ILS 6. And yep, there's the Jake 3 with the Flat Rock, and then probably our initial fix. I bet that's the right one, but we'll just double check. ILS 6 Schulberg. What do we want? SBJ. Yep, that'll be us. I'm almost positive that'll be us. Gosh, maybe not. That's a little ways out of the way. Well, we'll put it in, and again, we can adjust as we need to go. Okay, that's the full route. Right there. Right there is all we need. Map. Yep. All right. I want to be out of here in about 7 minutes, so I'm just going to keep rolling right through this. I hope that's okay. Altimeter, it was 3008. I will just double check that. Oh, 3006. And let's put that in. We will look at our departure now. Bapo 8. Let's get all the gory details here. We're going to be departing to the north, so our initial heading will be 007. Yeah, James Bond heading there. Top altitude is 6,000 and turbojets only. That's us. What's page 2 of the Bapo 8 say? Climb heading 007 to 540, then bump it over to 003, or as assigned by ATC, and then we can expect radar vectors to Finky, then on track 004 to Bapo, and we'll maintain 6,000 until we are assigned otherwise by ATC. Very good. So let's dial that up, 6,000 in the altitude column here. Actually, I keep forgetting I can do this. So this flight view it has clickable spots on your different blast panels here, which is kind of cool. Saves you if you don't have real good click spots, like some of these down here aren't the friendliest. So you can plug those in. I could have done the altimeter the same way. It's kind of a neat concept. And then the heading, I think I can do the same thing with the heading. 007, yeah, I can. Perfect. We'll arm the heading mode, and I will put we're going to go ahead and we'll save the altitude change mode here until we're rolling. What else? I think we're about ready to start the engines. Our transponder code right now is going to be 2200. And we'll put that baby just AL. Oops, sorry. Yeah, we're ground technically right now, aren't we? Ground. Okay, that's showing mode Charlie though in the transponder box there, the X pilot, which is good. All right, start battery switch is on. We are going to start number 2 first because we have that APU. Gosh darn it, the GPU clunking away on our left-hand side. So we'll get that right-hand engine started and confirm parking brake set. Very simple plane to start. Very modern in that regard. Just turn the switch. Just monitor things. Make sure nothing freaks out on you here. Everything stabilized. Turn that gen on. Come and take the GPU off. Much better, much better. This thing probably has the noise canceling headphones somewhere, doesn't it? Well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, engine 1 is turning. There we go. Alright, Gen 2 can come on. And alright, everything else looks good. Let's change our CDI to GPS. Let's make sure that window defog is on. It's pretty nice out, but we'll keep the defog on. Well, actually, no, we're not going to put the defog on just yet. It's nice enough out. We shouldn't need that. Taxi lights are coming on. We best be on 2270 here. Actually, let's make one more attempt to contact Jacksonville Center. And Jack Center Eclipse, November 11816. Might just be too far away. Yep, I think that's the deal here, guys. All right, so we'll go over to Unicom. We will if I get the frequency right, 2280. And then we'll wait when we get northbound here. They'll check in with us. I can't quite zoom in far enough to see where I'm at, but I'm almost positive that we are just to. I think it's just right over there. We could be lost as well. That's wouldn't put that past me. Yeah, if we're there again, we should have Foxtrot 1 or 2. Might be looking at Romeo. Do I see any taxi signs? What do I see? One right. There's Papa. Where the heck am I? Let's cheat just a little bit. Sorry, guys. We're at Signature Private 7. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I thought we were just right down there. Yeah. So we may be facing. We might be looking right at it potentially. Oh, there's Quebec. All right. So there's. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Where are we? I have no idea. Again, I think we're just right here. And this is Tampa. This is vertical sim, so it's going to be fairly up to date, guys and gals. All right, Tampa traffic, Eclipse, November 11816. We're down to GA. We're going to be taxiing to runway 1 right, Tampa. Well, we could just do a quick 360 and see. Let's get lights on since we're lost, basically, and we don't know where we're going. Make sure there's nothing else on our. No, I guess I gotta turn my transponder to on mode. And okay, so if this is Quebec, then I'm like not where I think I am. And I don't see Papa. Where the heck is Papa? Okay, vertical sim, you got me confused, dude. You got me confused. Okay, let's I'm gonna go with my gut here, and if I am where I think I am, then I should be able to just sneak over here to the left and be good to go. There we go. Takes a little bit of initial thrust to get moving here. So Rob, you're talking about not getting into Newark, and so that's part of Plan B here. So I did initially. Do I have any lights? What the heck is going on here? Initially I was going to fly the Zebo. That's going the wrong way. So I was actually facing the way I wanted to go. I just don't have a way to get out here. Taxi edge lights are... I must be stuck. I need to go this way. Anyway, Zebo from Tampa up to Newark. Then I thought about just trying to literally go from Newark out somewhere. Then I got busy doing this and that and the other thing. Is this a way out? I'm so confused. That's an edge line, I think. Yeah, we'll roll with it. But anyway, by the time I did get finally sat down and I hopped into the Zebo, and that for the life of me, I could not get that stupid thing to load up, and I messed with it for, gosh, probably about 20 minutes, and finally just did a complete change of plans and just decided we would go in the Eclipse instead. I just felt like, yeah, let's just pick a little bit of a quicker bird to set up and still going to get the job done. This is Quebec, which is, I don't know where Quebec is, but am I about to, I think I'm okay. I think this is I'm thinking this is actually Delta here. Yeah, that's the runway right over there, isn't it? Oh Lord. Well, if I am where I think I am, even though the markings aren't matching up, yeah, there's I'm going to be down at the end of one right, that's I guess at the end of the day where I want to be. All right, flaps 1, and I don't have fuel to waste, by the way. This is a 3-hour flight, and I have 3 hours of fuel on board. So anyway, Rob, as I'm firing up and it's not working, then I'm thinking, you know, let's change aircraft. And about that time, I kind of started to look at, because I haven't been on to look, and I said, well, let's just see what Newark looks like. And yeah, that's immediately what I saw was 75 arrivals and 50 departures, and just about everybody I knew is like, don't go there. You're not going to get there. And so, in the meantime, Mike Sanante, everybody knows Mike, Virtual USA Flying Club Mike. He's also Kennedy Tower tonight. He shot a message out to the Virtual USA Flying Club saying, hey, why don't, if you're able, hop into Teterboro, because he could use a little bit of action. And so that's why we're doing what we're doing. Okay. I can turn these on, get those guys bright. I think I can turn these lights now off. There we go. Should I mess with the sound? Noise canceling? How about we do some noise canceling headphones here? Yeah, something like that. That'll work. Tampa traffic, Eclipse 11816, short of 1 right, departing IFR northbound, Tampa. Okay, final checks here of the list. We're about 7 minutes late, but that's not too bad. Transponder is going to go to ALT mode. I have the heading set. I have the altitude set. I have the heading set and armed, thank you. Altitude set. We're going to be looking for a rotation speed of 91, and we're going to try to climb about 165-ish. Clean speed's 200. Didn't hear anybody checking in, so just double check. That looks fine. And not seeing any lights down there that I shouldn't see. All of our lights are flashing and blinking, so I think we're okay. People should see us, just in case. So I think all the stars have aligned, Rob, tonight for a bit of a change of plans, which is not completely unlike my stream. I will change plans on the spur of the moment. Whoa. Alright, power up. Rotate 81. No, sorry, 91. Airspeed's alive. B1. And rotates. Positive rate, the gear's coming up. Whoa. And we're pitching for about 165 here. Flaps coming up. That's pretty close, I think. Oh, I have actually had my speed set at 180, so it's actually going to pitch to 180. That's okay, that'll be pretty close anyway. Alright, now let's head back over to Jacksonville, because he's going to want to talk to me fairly soon, I believe. Arm the nav, get on our track here.
What was the call sign again?
We are out of here. And
179, leave my airspace, Miami Central off the line, radar services terminated, change of advisory frequency is approved.
I'm going to go ahead and clear myself to flight level 290, which is our filed altitude. I'm going to assume at this point in time I'd be checking with the departure controller, and that's what they'd be telling me. So we'll just spin that up, and that'll also give us a chance to get a little bit higher.
Yeah, somebody checked in with all white noise, no voice.
And hopefully the center controller will see us.
Okay, so long.
We'll just keep 180 in for the entire climb here. That's a pretty good speed for us. We're going to pull back on the power just a little bit. As you can see, we're in the yellow.
69, turn left heading 340.
All right, flaps are up. Landing lights come off here in just a minute. Landing taxi lights. That was our next checklist item.
The 531 Miami offline, leave my airspace, radar services terminated, change of advisory.
You have a nice, wait, back. I want the wind on. Can I turn the wind on here? I don't think I can, actually. I don't think that might be the wind, I guess. I don't know. Update the heading bug. We're through 8,000. Climb, we'll get up about 10,000. We'll check in and have him take a peek at our flight plan. Actually, we'll call him now. He sounds like he's got a minute. Jack Center Eclipse, November 11816.
November 11816, Jack Center.
Yes, sir. Just departed Tampa, climbing through 10,000. And we'd like to pick up IFR to Teterboro.
November 816, squawk 1017.
1017. Alright, through 10,000.
November 816, radar contact, 17 miles northeast of the St. Petersburg VOR, climb and maintain level 290 there.
Climb maintain 290, Eclipse 11816.
United 69, clear, direct to Savannah VOR, resume on navigation.
IAD is asking for 25 MIT.
Delta 1465, go ahead.
Wow.
1465, roger, clearance on request. November 816, clear direct poly, resume on navigation.
Clear direct poly and resume on nav, November 816.
Delta 1465, clear to the Atlanta Arsenal International Airport as filed, maintain level 320, squawk 105 tree.
Flight plan, and we can go direct. Where are you, Polly? Wow, it's let me skip quite a bit here. Direct to, okay.
Delta 1465, read back correct. The Myrtle Beach weather, the winds.
That seems kind of
2505,
a little dim, doesn't it? Let me see, can I change that?
Direction runway 18 advised, ready to taxi.
Can I change that? Settings, utilities. Doesn't look like I can change that
John
here.
1319,
Okay.
Jack Center, roger, and there was somebody else checking
That's
in
all
the
right.
time.
That's all right. I love the GTN 750, and this one of the things that's cool about this plane is it comes with it. And the other thing that's cool about this GTN 750 is it integrates directly with Navigraph, so you can have a totally up-to-date GTN 750. Pretty much the same functionality as the RXP one. Which I don't have for X-Plane. I have.
After Unicom, Delta 584.
Oh boy, he's loud. I have one for in P3D land, which is from not RXP. Well, maybe it is.
2002, climate maintain, follow 390.
Or REP. I can't remember, but I do. I enjoy it. It's my favorite glass autopilot. Avionics, I should say. Not much to show you here, unfortunately, on the outside. So we will just plan on kind of listening and enjoying good ATC. Good, should be good chatter all the way up the coast tonight. And with any luck, we'll make it in time. It's going to be right at the tail end of their event. They did advertise that this was going to be a 5-hour long, if I'm reading this thing correctly here. Good out of Newark.
3289, sir, request.
Let me see here.
That's great.
Yeah, so they were going to go 2300 to 0400. So yeah, I mean, good 5-hour long event. So they started about 3 hours ago. So a couple hours still to go. Maybe they'll hang out, watch us limp into Teterboro. I should let Mike know here. We'll see. We'll see. You never know, but we'll try to give those guys some love. All right. We are through 18,000. Let's go ahead and set that barrel. I think I can just push it there. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And that looks
American 722,
awesome.
Contact Washington Center 133.72, so long.
So this does have an auto throttle, but I have had a hard time with it as far as it doesn't do a bad job of holding the speed, but I find that it does this, it roller coasters the plane a little bit. from time to time. So what I've just tried to do is just use the throttle and manually kind of hoist it up there to cruise altitude, and then you know, then I pop the auto throttle on. It does a nice job in the descent. It really does. It keeps you where you want it to be, and but I must not quite have the sequencing right as far as the departure goes, because like I say, it just wants to yo-yo just a little bit, and I know that's not accurate. Which we want to be economy today, by the way, because like I said, we don't have a lot of extra fuel on board, so we're not going to be pushing the limits here. We're not going to be trying to set any speed records. We're just going to fly our plane. Already the ATC gave us a really nice about 8 legs shortcut here, which I mean, it's not a huge...
3211 to Miami Center offline, leave my airspace to the south, radar services terminated, change of advisory frequency is approved, good night.
It's not a huge deal, but we were here, we were going to fly this leg here, and he shot us right straight to there. So that's, I mean, it cut the corner a little bit. And when gallons of fuel are at a premium, yeah, I appreciate that. I have had a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper today. I may be visiting the little pilot's room on multiple occasions tonight.
Southwest 1154, clear direct Piglet. Direct Piglet, Southwest 1154.
Okay, there's my dome light, footwell light I can have if I need it. Okay. And then this also has the lighting option. Controls this. It's just kind of nice. Controls these lights here in case you need them. Well, we'll scratch one itch at least. I did feel like having a little bit of a longer flight today, just kind of a chill out flight, and not that heading into a big event like Get Out of Newark is going to be super relaxing or anything like that, but the most of the route into the area I think is going to be kind of fun, and with the advanced avionics like I would have had in the Zebo or this plane here, it's kind of nice to just be basically pilot monitoring and not hand flying. I did a bunch of hand flying earlier today though, had an absolute blast. Our friend of the channel, Mr. LP Nils, he has created a scenery package up in Alaska on Kodiak Island, and he was puttering around the Discord this afternoon, and he said, "Hey, I'm heading up there if anybody wants to come fly." Well, you can't turn that down, right?
American 501, contact
So
Washington Center, 133.72.
I went up there. I met a couple of other friends up there, Josh McCreary and Steve PHL, and we tore around Kodiak Island for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm going to have to share this in the chat because you got to go pick this up. We've done a lot of LP Nils stuff on this channel, and this is as good as anything that I've seen him make, which means it's as good as anything out there, regardless of freeware or payware. Yeah. So you do need a little bit of ortho, obviously, and because it's just designed to work very, very well um, with the ortho for XP. But he has all that detailed in in the in the instructions within this download. What dim to use, just the whole works there to get maximum effect. The other thing I would recommend is this. This was something that Steve PHL said we should be trying out. And I grabbed this as well. So there's a really nice free plugin for Alaskan trees, and that really added a lot to the scenery. Yeah, so the ortho is up there in that area, you know. Now let me get to cruise. I think we're doing okay. Now, I'm not going to start the ortho for XP because it tends to really hog all my systems, and I don't want to crash out here. But the you don't want to use Bing, you want to use Arc, and not Ned 1/3, but I think the STVM is what you want. And then you can just cook it up just like normal. The nice thing about it is I think it's about 9 tiles, but it doesn't take long because half of them have water. You know, they're on the ocean, and so that doesn't take very long. So I don't know, Rob. I'm assuming that it's, I mean, the title implies that it's just for Alaska, but I haven't tested it anywhere beside Kodiak right now. I've got some of my own scenery up around Denali that I'm going to go check it out at some point in time here, but for now, I do know that it really added. And Kodiak Island, of course, is just it's already a super beautiful scenic place, but this filled in all of the areas where you should see default trees, and you don't always. You know, sometimes how that works in ortho. But this covered up that island in some really nice dark pine trees, evergreen, and really, you know, the thing about the Kodiak scenery pack from LP Nils is trying to remember. He actually, I asked him how many airfields he modeled in the scenery pack, and he couldn't remember how many, because he models not only the the ones that you'll see on sectionals, which include, by the way, seaplane bases, but he's also went through and modeled a bunch of landing strips near cabins and near lakes, and he's done some gravel bars along rivers, and it was really fun to fly with him. He's first of all a super nice guy, but he just was like, he was having as good a time as we were, and he was having to stop and check his world editor because he couldn't remember what was in the area that he had created.
Sorry, who's that? We're back. Okay, thanks.
He's also dumped in a bunch of animals throughout. So there's bear, and there's elk, and there's moose, and there's whales swimming around, and they're just all over throughout these mountain goats. He said, I know I have a bunch of mountain goats here because I put them here, but I've yet to see one. So, just kind of some fun stuff like that.
Southwest 1154, cross Piglet at maintain 11,000, add 250 knots for landing altimeter 3007.
Alright, 3007, and cross Piglet at 11,000 and 250 knots, Southwest 1154.
Spirit Wings 3289, cross Apollo at maintain 14,000 or landing altimeter 3007.
Alright, Apollo to 14,000, 079, altimeter for Spirit Wings 3289.
So the Newark arrivals are down a little bit. It was up over 70 when I started, but the departures are still pretty close. I think it was 45 or 47. So that it's a busy place. And then again, as you can see, it's just a sea of blue because there's Kennedy. Kennedy's pretty quiet for Kennedy, 8 and 10. LaGuardia, 5 and 5. And then Teterboro, which is where we're going, 4 arrivals. All right, so James, we're coming, man.
1465, reset transponder, squawk
Do I only
1053.
have ground? Is that all I have is ground at Teterboro? Surely one of these approach controllers also handles Teterboro. If not, I guess it's New York Center. But cool to see so many, big airports lit up tonight. Montreal and Toronto. There's Detroit. Of course, you can count on Chicago.
1465, runway 18, taxi via
Indy,
Alpha,
Atlanta, Charlotte, Pittsburgh.
29906.
Reagan, Dulles. So pretty dang cool. Philly even going. Boston, of course. Lots of places to fly. Some big heavies if you want to, or if you know this area. This is a very fun GA area because there are a lot of small uncontrolled airfields, and it's really fun to try to fly VFR from point A to point B and sneak through all these airspaces. Oh, Mike's going to Newark Tower soon. Very cool. Well, he's got time. We're 2.5 hours out probably, but anyway. All right, we're just about to top a climb. Then we'll take a look at the rest of the Batastic map here, and we'll get up to speed. Let's see, what do we want our speed here? We're gonna go probably cruising at about. See if we can get up around 250. I don't know if we'll quite get there or not. We're only going to go about 90, about right where we are actually, about 92%.
4475, Jack 70 on frequency.
And let me just check anything else here on my cruise. Yeah, economy. Actually, economy I go 95%, so I'm going to bump it just a little bit here. And we'll just watch the speed just slowly creep up. We may not get 250. We may be more around 230, but that's okay. We'll just take what we can get. It's about range and not time for us right now. So you can, if you just want performance in this plane, it's kind of cool. You can pretty well firewall it the whole way. And as long as you stay out of the red, it's the engines will be happy with you. So that's a little different from some of the other planes I've flown, but not something that you do every day. All right, so wrapping around, as you can see, all the centers that are online here, Minneapolis, Denver, they must have had something going on. They had a bunch of planes going from St. Paul into Aspen, and must have been some kind of a group flight or something, maybe some GA or virtual airline, virtual group. But they must have had 25 planes, everything from 737s to Falcon 50s to Phenom 300s. Seattle, Winnipeg, online right now, nothing happening. Alaska, Hawaii, a little bit of action down here early in the morning. Well, actually, no, it's late in the afternoon for these guys. Probably around lunchtime, actually. I don't know. Looks like there's some stuff going on in the Russian Federation. It's Vietnam, I think. Thailand. Okay. And everybody in Europe has gone to bed. Typical 2 or 3 places down South America as well, and Mexico. Ah, very cool. So quite a few options on a Saturday night, as you might expect. Glad to have you along here in the Eclipse. And we're right there. As you can see, we've got a ways to go. But that's kind of what I was hoping for tonight. So far, ATC the whole way.
1465, fly runway heading.
We'll
runway 18
see
clear
if
for
that
takeoff.
continues.
Affirmative. Alright, Delta 1465, I'm not going to make you taxi back, but yes sir, I did issue runway 18. That was in the initial clearance as well as for your taxi instructions, but that's alright sir, runway 36, fly runway heading clear for takeoff.
Alright, this is a little bit strange. We have not quite, oh, you know what? Maybe we just, maybe we tried to go too fast too soon. We're not quite to cruise altitude just yet.
3289, thanks.
And what that was doing when I increased my speed to 250 is it was saying you're not going to be able to climb. Alright, that's interesting. So I'm going to just, I'm going to
Rogers, report back.
just drop my airspeed here, let myself climb up to 290. I did that the other day unknowingly, and I spun it up to about 220 on the climb, and it basically it takes you as far as it can climbing at 220 knots and then you know it just can't take you any further. So it's, and then it's never gonna, you know, because it pitches, it's never going to achieve the airspeed that you want. So let's get up here. Let's get leveled off first. I was just a little too quick on that. And there we go. All right. Altitude is green. Good. Good, 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 good. Now we'll put the speed select up here. We're going to take just a 2-minute break. I'll be right back.
What was your requested cruise altitude? You're going to stay at 31, you file 33. Okay. Grouping 2002, Miami Center offline, leave my airspace, radar services terminated, change of advisory frequency is approved. Dealer. Level 1465, radar contact, climb and maintain for level 320, say altitude. Level 1465, say altitude passing. Level 1465, flight level 320. Level 1465, radar contact. Level 1465, turn to the left, heading 280. Alright, 16, roger.
Okay, we're back. That was a well-needed break. I'm a little bit curious. If I auto throttle right now, I wonder if it's going to dive me down to achieve that airspeed. If it does, I may have to come off and Yeah, let's just see what happens. That's going to maybe increase my... I just want to be as efficient as I can.
Evening, November 900 Papa Delta, 270 inbound in Honey position.
November 900 Papa Delta Jack Center, roger.
This baby, yeah, see, it's pumping me up to 101% here to get to 230. So I'm gonna see what it does. Once it gets me to 230, I'm gonna see if it backs it off a little bit. And
1465 clear direct Skywalker, resume on navigation.
Because again, I want to make sure we're saving fuel as much as we can.
Sky 1319, leaving my airspace. Monitor center offline. Radar services terminated. Change of frequency is approved.
Like I can't just watch TV anymore, Rob. I'm the same way. I've got, if I have something on TV, I've got something on my phone. It's like I can't just do one thing at a time anymore. I'm completely ruined. All right, so that's bumping it back. We're at 230. That's bumping it back to about 95%. I think we could go a little bit faster even. Let's see how close we can get to 250. We don't have to go super fast. I mean, this thing has a top speed of like 320 or something. It can be crazy fast if you want it to be. It's not used to the economy thing. Alright, I'm going to do a real quick little something here on the side. One of the things that our friend Slant Alpha, Rob from Slant Alpha Adventures, has encouraged us all to start doing is leave some positive feedback for these controllers. And I've been trying to make sure I'm doing that when I can. A lot of times I forget and I feel terrible about that, but this guy here has been nice. He's you know, he's a long way from the action, and
Southwest 850, Miami Center offline, leave my airspace to the south. Radar services terminated. Change of advisory frequency.
Doesn't need to be on this late. It's past 10 o'clock.
November 0 Papa Delta, clear direct Tabor.
But he's hanging out, providing us good ATC. I've had him before as well. He's very, as you can see, very professional, very even keeled, knows what he's doing. I'm gonna leave him a little positive feedback there. All right, we'll wait till we get out of his area here, but I just think that's a very, very good practice. I'm glad Rob Slant Alpha, glad he brought that up and kind of made that a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a tradition. I just think it's good practice. You know, so many of those guys, they put a lot of hours in, and You know, I don't know. I've been in flight sim environments, I guess, before where there's no air traffic control, and it is just a whole different ball game when you have, you know, chatter. And I don't ever take that for granted because I love that. I love it. And it's only going to get better the farther north we get, my friends.
Southwest 1154, contact Orlando, approach 124.8.
Alright, over to Orlando, approach Southwest 1154.
I think we're going to have Atlanta Center next for us. So let's go ahead. We'll preload that here. 3297. We won't switch that over quite yet. And yeah, everything's looking good. So we've kind of mellowed out here at 97%. I feel like, yeah, it kind of bumps us up every now and again. But that's giving us a ground speed of 370, true air speed of 375. That's probably plenty. That's going to get us there.
Runway 3289, contact Orlando, approach 124.8.
And you know, it's not like we're crawling along like a 172 or anything like that. So I have some other actually kind of cool news.
Jackson Center, November 900, Papa Delta. Could you spell the position, please?
Say that one more time.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
700 Papa Delta, say that again, sir. I didn't understand what you said.
Okay, could you spell the position for November 900, Papa Delta?
You talk about the waypoint that I sent you to?
That's correct, sir. The waypoint. Sorry, my connection is not so good. Broken your information. Could you see again for 900 Papa Delta?
Yes, sir. I sent it to you via text as well. It's Tabor, Tango, Alpha, Bravo, India, Romeo. Tabor.
Okay, Tabor, position 900 Papa Delta.
That's hard when you're, yeah, when you're not getting a good connection. That is hard. All right, I want to show you this. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. So, for the longest time, as you guys know, I've been working on learning how to create scenery. And I'm still not real good at it, but I've made a few things here recently that have been kind of fun and have looked decent enough, I guess. And one of them was a scenery package that we actually had on a Bush League backcountry fly-in back in, oh gosh, might have been April. It's been a few months. It was number 6 or number 5 or something like that. So a couple of months ago, and I decided to, had a little bit of encouragement to try this, but I decided to go ahead and put it out there on the forums, and so I just want to share that with you guys as well. It's my first scenery package that's available via the forums. Of course, it's completely free, and it's 99% of it I'm using, you know, libraries like Handy Objects and Mr. X and all that stuff. Downwind Sim, of course, has pitched in and helped add some custom objects as well. But anyway, it was pretty cool to see it actually up on the forums, and you know, so who knows? Maybe there'll be a few more coming later on. I don't know, but if you're interested, this is down in the Canyonlands of Utah, And if you're interested in doing some, some bush flying into some of the turf airstrips, I don't know how well this will translate. Yeah, so you can kind of see what it is. It's up on top of these little bluffs. Some of them are down in the valleys. It's a bunch of sagebrush, and it's Utah Canyonlands, right? I mean, it's the desert. Um, and anyway, so it's custom made, obviously, for that Prop Strike 172. So you can be, if you've got X-Plane, you can have the aircraft and the scenery for 100% free. Even ortho for XP is free if you just take the time to learn how to create it and use it. It's definitely optimized for ortho for XP, but you can see the area itself is just stunningly beautiful. And these are all airstrips that exist in real life. None of them are made up. I just kind of went in and as Downwind Sim would say, I just ran the road grader over them a little bit, maybe cut down some of the sagebrush a little bit, mowed the grass, and yeah, so it's just a fun little area. It comes with all these airstrips, and anyway, so I thought that was kind of cool. Wanted to share that, and yeah, looking forward to seeing if I can come up with anything else that's worth sharing down the road for others to enjoy. All right, how are we doing here? One thing I don't know, and I don't know if anybody here on
Jacksonville Center, Bahamas 543.
on stream can tell me the best way to use the. So I've got the 750, and then you have the 650.
Well, I hadn't thought about it yet, but I'll take a look now.
What's the best
Right,
way
no
to
rush. We
coordinate
just,
the two of them?
plug it into our FCC.
I don't know. I know you can use this as COM2 and all that stuff, but how do you guys use these? I tend to just use the 750 primarily, and I know that that's
Plan a visual first
not a bad thing, but I got a feeling
Hey,
that
I'll
there's
take
a
that.
reason why they're both there, and I don't do a very good job of maybe maximizing the use. All right, so we are about 200 miles south of Pali. So we're making pretty good time there. Looks like about 8 minutes. No, 35 minutes. I was going to say 8 minutes. That's kind of fast. About a half an hour to Pali. And at that point in time, I think Pali will be. That might be where we switch over to.
Bahamas 543, cross 35 miles east of the Tallahassee Airport at maintain.
Trying to think here. Is that where we switch over to Atlanta? Yeah, we'll be in Atlanta by then.
Repeat that one more time for Bahamas 543.
Bahamas 543, cross 35 miles east of Tallahassee.
This doesn't show the different airspaces, but yeah, if we're way up here, we're well into Atlanta's airspace at that point in time.
Okay, we'll cross 35 miles east of Tallahassee at 11,000, Bahamas 543.
Speaking of our friend JPC, Jet Pilot Cinnamon, let's check in with our buddy here and see how he's doing.
About 9 minutes, I'm going to make the plug-in. I'm going to wait for these two guys to launch, and then I'm going to tap out of Kennedy. Hey, Brant. No, I'm actually going to Newark, Brant. I'm not controlling Teterboro. Other people are controlling Teterboro that I wanted you guys to go to. I was trying to keep people away from Newark, Kennedy, from the GSA Flying Club. Yeah, I'm Newark Tower in about 15, 20 minutes.
And actually, Rob, that's what you told me. Doggone it. You were...
Thanks for coming in today, buddy.
You were not lying. Ooh.
Kinda 9163 heavy.
All right, our buddy Chili Willies. What in the... Oh, we have a... Yeah, we'll come back to him. I don't know much about Mega Scenery. It seems like he's advertising it as maybe like an ortho for P3D, which would be kind of cool. Let's go check him out, see what he's up to.
So have you been into flight sim for a while, or like are you returning? Because I've been getting a lot of people in the past 3 to 5 months that have just been returning to flight sim for different reasons. Like even before COVID really started happening, I've had a bunch of people say that to me, and so I've tried to be helpful. That's why I asked the question, because like I don't want to leave people in the dark if I can help it. I like to help people. So, make decisions and such. Hey, Melvin Leroy, how are you? Good to see you. Doing well today. Melvin, we're looking at ortho and P3D besides True Earth. And I say besides True Earth because not because it's True Earth is bad, but because other than a few areas, there's not much. There's not really much to offer. So, I haven't really seen a lot of streamers cover Mega Scenery. So I reached out to them, and they asked me, okay, what states? Do you want to try a couple states? I said, okay. And they sent me a couple states, and I installed them, and we're going to go look at it.
Yeah,
We're
cool.
going to Colorado first, and then we're going to go
That's
to Arizona.
so that's in my stomping
So we're
grounds.
starting in Texas because that's where we were, but we pumped the cost index up, so shouldn't take too long. And then you'll get to see what it looks like.
Well, we might have to just for a little bit stay
So
with
the
him.
frame rate's mostly just the BC taking it away. Get some more frame rate outside of that. But
We're not going to be able to stay with him for
you only fly British if there's
for
no
the
American
entire
option.
time, obviously, but maybe we can stay with him for a little bit.
That's really cool though that you travel so much.
Jackers,
Older Buffalo.
20019er. Thank you, man. Thanks for pushing that that follow button. Welcome to Prop Culture. Yeah. I know that we are we're in a biz jet tonight, but sometimes that's what happens. You might catch us also in a vintage jetliner every now and again. We do have a little bit of a soft spot. I call it my guilty pleasure. But yeah, generally speaking, we're here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and we're flying something that's propeller driven. Tonight, though, a little bit of a change of pace, a little bit of a longer flight in a biz jet, but we're also peeking in on our friend Jet Pilot Cinnamon and Chili Willies. And Chili is, let's see, he's, like he said before, he's kind of looking at some of the Mega Scenery Earth, which I am not familiar with, so I am very curious to see
Thomas 543 able to go direct to Gaysit on the
what
runway
this looks
27
like. Oh man, he's in
stay by.
it's in 747 too. Very cool.
United 69, contact Washington Center 133.72. Yes, sir. I can barely hear you. Your communications have become much quieter.
Yeah, Jackers, tonight, no, so
133.72.
one of the things, is he in V5? He might be in V5, yes he is. Look at that sky.
Alright, bomb is 543.
Holy
Gaysit,
Moses.
it's gonna be 5,000.
Now we were gonna do,
Okay, direct Gaysit, down to 5,000, Bahamas 543.
we were going to do the Get Out of Newark event, and that ended up not quite panning out, and so for various reasons, we actually were going to do the Get Out of Newark event in the 737 from Zebo, and that didn't work out.
November 0
So
Papa Delta, cross Tabor
instead,
at 13,000,
we're flying up to
10
Teterboro in the Eclipse. And so we're just going to get into the fray. We want to get into this real busy New York area and just see if we can sneak a little biz jet into Teterboro. Yeah, downwind up. So here's the deal with Chili Willie's is he's testing out Mega Scenery Earth here, which is kind of the P3D, the poor man's version of ortho scenery, but it gives P3D a little bit of an ortho feel, and so I just wanted to pop over there a little bit and see what it looks like, because I see it all the time being advertised, and I even see it's on sale an awful lot, but like I said, I've just never seen anybody actually fly it, and so I don't know what it looks like. So we're popping over there every once in a while to see what that looks like. He's gonna go. I think he said he's in Texas. He's flying up to Colorado, and then he's gonna fly over to Arizona. And looks like there's a Grand Canyon. So I'm gonna pop over here from time to time. We're not gonna spend the whole day over there, but I'm going to pop over there from time to time just to see what it looks like. Yeah, okay. So Rob, yeah, so you've got a little experience with that, I guess, huh? That's the thing about, P3D that I used to not know because I had the Orbix stuff, and the Orbix stuff, it did such a good job of taking default P3D scenery and making it look decent that I was like just in love with, ortho, like the SoCal and the NorCal and the ortho Washington and the Pacific Northwest, I guess is what it calls it, and the Rocky Mountain area that they have. I mean, it really did add a lot. It looked really, really good, and when you combine it with like the free tree enhancement that they have and the free small airport enhancement and the free night lighting enhancement, I mean, it really made P3D look very, very good. But then when I came over to X-Plane and I saw what ortho with the photorealistic scenery essentially, man, every time I go back to P3D I'm kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. Will I play it? And greetings from Panama. Hey, thanks for checking in, man, from Panama. Speaking of Panama, I do have plans. I do have plans to get down to Central America here in X-Plane. When it comes out, will I play it? Yeah, probably. I know me. I'll chase that. I'll chase that rabbit, But I'm also very content with, I guess, with my sort of transition into X-Plane, and so I've got a lot of stuff going on in X-Plane that I really, really enjoy, and the scenery development is one of those things. That might be enough to keep me from jumping straight into 2020. But no, if 2020 if it's good for GA, then I'm going to be interested in it. And if it's something that, I don't know, like I like to do a lot of bush flying. And
Jacksonville Center, November 331 at Charlie Lima, climbing to 9,000.
If they render those mountain strips in Idaho, better than maybe the default X-Plane and default P3D does, it's going to be pretty tempting for me to jump over there.
November 331 Charlie Lima.
But I think we have to let it we're gonna have to let it play out a little bit. I know they're beta testing it.
Squawking 1007,
There's
November
all kinds of
331, Charlie Lima.
product shots that are coming out, and everybody's oohing and ahhing because of the weather and
River 991 Heavy,
you know
just,
because
when
of
you
the
call me up for taxi,
aircraft
just remind me of that.
and all of the cities that are everything is being looks so good and but there's still a lot of things that are unknowns, and so it's going to be a while. I think it's going to be a while before it's released. I know they say everybody's been calling it 2020.
Charlie Lima, radar contacts, 18 miles southeast of the Colliers.
I'd be shocked if it's released before the end of the year.
Bravo.
I think they're a long way
Affirmative, November
from
331,
it being
Charlie
ready
Lima.
to be released. But
Charlie Lima, Roger.
yeah, Rob, I'm with you. That's the whole thing that
900,000, resume on navigation. The
Ortho Scenery has helped with in
2998.
in X-Plane is the VFR flying.
Climb maintain 9000, altimeter 29908, and resume on navigation. November 331, Charlie Lima. Thank you.
And it also comes down a little bit to what they're going to charge. I mean, everybody has a budget and only so much that they can devote to simming and still buy groceries and all that good stuff. So yeah, there's a lot that has to still happen. But yeah, Jackers, to answer your question,
Bomb is 543, just maintain 3,000.
I'm sure I will keep a very close eye on it, and at some point in time I will probably give it a try.
Bomb is 543, just let me know when you have Tallahassee in sight. We have field bomb,
Yeah, we're getting there, guys. About halfway through the Jacksonville airspace and on the tail of hey, that's one of our Virtual USA Flying Club club members, isn't it? Recognize that first name. Check our numbers here. Let's see what kind of a buzzsaw Sonante's walking into. Well, the arrivals are down and the departures, so it's kind of winding down maybe toward the end of this event here. I think they still have an hour and a half. Budget smudge it. Well, when you are your own chief financial officer, Rob, yeah, you do have a little bit of a different set of rules you can play by, and trust me, I'm a guy that I put as much of the green stuff into flight simming as anybody, but at a certain point, the Mrs. Chief Financial Officer in my house kind of gives me that look, or gives me the old. There sure have been a lot of charges to xplane.org lately. Alright, weather. Hello, weather. Where did you come from? I was not anticipating you. And I should have been. Yep, sorry. Guys, here's what we're crossing. I should have probably deviated just a little bit here. So I'm going to have a little bit more before we get up here to Polly. And yeah, you know, it's that time of year, I guess. You just never know what's going to be brewing up, especially as you get out close to that East Coast. Pick up a little bit of that moisture. And Rob, I keep having to expect to hear you saying that you've ran out and bought that Flight Factor 75.
Lima, you have the weather at the Orangeburg Municipal Airport?
You and Rob, or you and yeah,
Looking
Rob
up right now, November 1 Charlie
Slant
Lima.
Alpha.
All right, November 1 Charlie Lima, Roger, let me know when you have the weather and your approach request for the Orangeburg Airport.
It actually looks like a pretty cool plane.
Roger.
That or the
November 1 Charlie
767. I think both planes. If I was ever going to get a little bit of a longer haul plane, that would be what I'd be looking for. Something like that. Actually, what I really want, I would really love to see a good 747 in the X-plane world, and I just, as I understand it, as I research it, it just doesn't look like that's a thing. Yeah, that this 767 ER, and there's the professional extended. Ooh, and the upgrade. Yeah, I don't know what do you get. Geez, it's just like the 757. There's like 15 different packages. Holy cow, what would you get? What do you get here? Oh my goodness, seriously? Professional avionics upgrade for $1,000? What in the world?
Jacksonville Center, I have the weather, November 1 Charlie Lima 35, you alright?
1 Charlie Lima, Roger, expect the visual approach to the Orangeburg Airport.
Expect the visual approach. November 1 Charlie Lima, thank you.
Is that right? Is that a typo? This must be something that, if it's $1,000, this must be something that like
Jacksonville Center, good evening, Argentina 9RC1 with you,
like legit, like flight sims, you know, the ones that are built professionally. I wonder if that's what. Oh my goodness. Well, that's definitely not one we'd get, but I wonder what the reviews say.
Bomb is 543, winds.
Somebody actually got to review that. Wow.
Runway 27, clear to land. Clear to land 27, bomb is 543. November 1 Charlie Lima, pilot's discretion, maintain 3000. The Orangeburg altimeter is
Yikes.
3002.
Altimeter 3002,
Yeah.
descend at pilot's discretion to 30,000. I'm sorry, 3,000. November 1 Charlie Lima.
I enjoy watching Katie pilot. You know, she was on. It was kind of cool. She's teamed up with Seatback Pocket, who's another guy that flies the Airbus, and I thought, what a cool thing for a real life, real life Airbus pilot to take a minute and help out a streamer who's already very good at flying his plane, but to just help him out with some of the more technical questions with the Airbus. Well, there it is again. This is in the 757. That must be yeah, that's got to be for some kind of a cockpit, that's a built cockpit, you know what I'm talking about? One of those full motion sims. Yeah, I don't know which one of these you even get here. But from what I understand, the flight factor stuff is very, very good, and but I also have heard really, really good things about that Tolus. And that's what she recommends, right? Because she flies the 320 in real life, and I think the Tolus 321 is the new one. I don't remember for sure. Oh, and I also kind of thought that maybe they stole Katie Pilot's identity to do the co-pilot. Kind of looks a little bit like Katie Pilot. Hopefully she's getting a little bit of an endorsement deal. In fact, I think I need to snip that and send it to her, just so she knows that that Tolus has stolen her identity.
American 1326, Jacksonville Center, continue, call and maintain level 370. Rainier 251, radar contacts, 26 miles southeast, cruising southwest of the Ozina intersection, maintain level 370.
Alright, let's try that again. This is probably why I don't fly more flights like this, because I get way too distracted. Way too easy. Alright, let's copy that. We better, yeah, we definitely have to share this with her. Yeah, she sounds like she's about 10 years old, but she has, like, you can tell, like more knowledge and skill in her pinky finger than most people have in their entire body. Uh-oh, did I get that copied? I don't think I did. Ah, rats. Ratsa-fratsa. And I just love how patient she is. I mean, she just never gets riled up. She's always very, like, she tries to answer every question that's asked of her, and does a really good job of interacting with the people on her stream.
Office 543, Roger. You just turn right on Charlie and into the ramp there, thanks.
And that's saying something, because she's got like a lot of people that are chatting at her on a given day. Oh, I don't think I can. Oh, bummer. So she doesn't have any. That's why I can't do that. Screenies. Maybe I can put a screenie here.
Jacksonville Center, pretty sure I got the field in sight, 11 o'clock, November 1 Charlie Lima.
1 Charlie Lima, clear visual approach into the Orangeburg Airport.
Clear visual approach, Orangeburg Airport, November 1 Charlie Lima, thank you.
There we go. Alright, I've officially posted that into Katie's stream there, and let the fun begin. She's got a really good sense of humor. So yeah, just seems like a genuinely nice young lady. Has, like, I think she went a month where she was raising money for a charity, and I mean, just, you know, just kind of seems like beyond her years a little bit, as far as you know, as far as just having perspective on things, and I appreciate that. Oh man, yeah, 'cause she can't stand Boeings. You know how that is. That's the Airbus versus Boeing thing. Yeah, well, the 737's enough to make anybody cranky. That's why we're in the Eclipse, is because the 737 couldn't get it started, couldn't get it pushed out of the hangar.
Jacksonville Center, citation to Charlie Juliet, 25 miles from Plano at 16,000 feet. Checking in.
November 28 Charlie Juliet, Jacksonville Center, Columbia maintain level 280.
Columbia maintain flight level 280, Charlie Juliet.
What I also think is kind of cool about her is that I think she's encouraged a lot of other female streamers and simmers to share some of their things that they do in X-Plane and P3D. There's obviously a lot of
Thank you. November 1 Charlie Lima. Thanks.
A lot of really talented female pilots and female simmers out there that, for whatever reason, they just don't stream. And so it's nice to see that. Feels like that population is growing, which I think is good. The other place I'd like to see more females stepping in to help out is in air traffic control, Because I know in real life, I mean, it doesn't matter, male, female, young, old, rich, poor, whatever. If you're good, you're good. And I'd like to. It's just a male-dominated sort of industry right now, and I don't know why that is, but it just is. Well, as I look at this, I actually think we are not gonna. We might clip through the edge of Atlanta, but they're offline. He may hand us off direct to DC Center. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll change that frequency from Atlanta over to 3372. And again, just try to stay ahead of things here. Alright, I might not have a chance to do this too much more, so let's pop over and see how Chili Willie's doing with his mega scenery.
Changes are made in the real world with procedures for ATC and pilots. This could be like Thompson 7.
Where's he going?
Thompson 6 in your
Oh, he's
FMC
going into
when you go
Denver
to
right
this
now,
line.
isn't he? Yep,
And
Hayden.
that's fine when you're
Yeah,
flying
there we go.
online, but it's not good when you're flying online. Especially if you fly events. Like, you don't want to be that person flying in an event online, being like, yeah, my data is from, like, 1993. Can I get a, like, you know what I mean? So, at the very least, if you're flying in the US, get at least an ARAC update, you know, all that stuff, like, it's important.
Well, what do you think, guys?
Having
I
used
mean,
V3D in HUDs, is PMDG 737 and V5 yet? C-Dog, it's almost in V5. Thanks again for all those subs. I really appreciate it. It's supposed to be, I think it's going to come out this week based on what they said and when Hotfix 2 came out. It's been,
it's not quite close enough to the Rocky Mountains yet for us to see really what that looks like. So we'll mute him. And let's see, did Sanante make his change over there? Looks like maybe he did.
931 Atlanta Center offline, leave my airspace to the north. Radar services terminated. Change of advisory frequency is approved. Good night.
Just came off King Tower.
Thank you for your services, sir. 931. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
I was one of them.
Jacksonville Center, American 1192.
Somebody just pinged me here.
American 1192, Jacksonville Center, climate maintained, level 360.
I don't know. All of a sudden, he's just gotten much busier, I'm imagining. Yeah, look at that, guys. Coming in there, there's 7 or 8 planes just right in his area.
November 8, Charlie Juliet, clear direct Larry.
It keeps...
Clear direct to Larry, citation 28, Charlie Juliet.
Oh, maybe that's JPC that's getting those. I bet that is. I thought somebody was pinging me. Alright, well, anyway. He's going to be busy, but he'll do a good job of helping them kind of finish out the night and get those last 40 or 50 guys that are inbound on the ground and those last 30 or 40 guys that are wanting to get the heck out of Dodge to wherever they're going. As you can see, we are coming up on, what are we coming up on? Polly.
Call sign is Juliet Alpha X-ray.
Yeah, I figured we'd be handed off by now, but not quite, I guess.
Okay, sir, it's Jacksonville Center is the call sign that I'm using. Okay, the last aircraft calling, my call sign is Jacksonville Center.
November 8683. With you climbing 13,000 to 16,000.
November 6863, Jack Center, climb and maintain level 240.
Flight level 240, November 8683. Thank you very much.
And the last aircraft calling Jacksonville Center, you got stepped on. Who's calling, please? Okay, sir. The last aircraft calling Jacksonville Center, what is the call sign, please? You got stepped on.
Trying to remember if I have, seems like I have weather on one of these.
Okay, so we're 4052, roger. Let me get your beacon code.
Just the forecast, I guess. No live weather map.
Alright, so we're 4052. I just pulled up your flight plan, sir. You're not in my airspace. You will never be in my airspace. That's Miami Center. Then offline. You can monitor Unicom 122.8. Have a nice flight.
There's a little bit of traffic kind of over here in this area.
Yes, sir. See you later. You can, if you want to take a look at something like Vatastic or something like that online, it'll give you a better idea about what airspace you're actually inside of. But you're in Miami Center's airspace. November 816, contact Washington Center 133.72.
3372, November 816. Have a good night.
See you later.
All right, there we go.
Southwest 125, descend by the Freedom 5, Washington landing sound.
Should be getting a little bit
Freedom 5 landing
busier
south,
here now.
Southwest 125. FedEx 1755, Washington.
FedEx 1755 and crossing Brandon at 290.
FedEx 1755, good evening, sir, Washington. Descend by the Gibbs 3, Dulles landing south.
Descend by the Gibbs 3, Dulles landing south, FedEx 1755.
American 2794, descend by the Philbo 3, arrival Newark, altimeter 2974.
Right, with altimeter 2974, we descend via the Philbo 3, arrival for 2794.
Washington Center, good evening. Eclipse November 11816, 290.
Eclipse 11816. Oh, good evening, sir, Washington Center. Eclipse 816, right turn, direct flat rock, resume navigation.
Right turn direct flat rock, resume on nav, Eclipse 816. Hey, all right, more shortcuts. We'll take them. FAK, I think that was that. Yep. Direct to. Love it. Love it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So here's what they just did. See if I can pull this over. So we were right into here to Poly, and now we've been cleared all the way up here to Flat Rock. So really, you know, it doesn't. It's not like it takes a lot out here, but there's a little bit of a bend in this Juliet 51. So it's, you know, it's a whatever 40, 50 miles probably that we're saving.
United 81, Washington, you with me?
But it all will add up, I promise you. At the end of the day, when we're sniffing fumes and barely limping into, coasting into Teterboro. All right, Rob, no problem, man. I appreciate you hanging out, keeping me company. And if I don't talk to you again, have a good rest of your Saturday, buddy. Take care. God bless. Yeah, I've got some dropped frames here coming for some reason. Okay, that's not good. I think we're gonna have to, I hate to do this. Wait a second. That's Mega Scenery Earth. Ew. Oh, the geometric fields are still there. No. Not great. Not photorealistic. Yikes. Well, I don't know what his take is on it, but definitely not impressed, at least with that. With that little view of it. Ugh, shoes. Yeah, it doesn't look like that. You're right, man. We are headed to Teterboro. We're going to see if we can sneak in, slip in unnoticed here amongst all this Newark madness. How have you been? How's your weekend been? Good to see you. I've never been there in real life, but I don't think I would. I mean, Teterboro is one of those places that it's like a guy from Wyoming never knows even exists until, like, I think the Captain Sully thing, when they said that was a potential, alternate airport was Teterboro, and I'm like, oh, okay, I need to figure out where that's at. And now that I know that's in amongst all that, does it have a name? All the JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, that whole area there, does it have a name, like the Beehive or something? The Jungle? Oh, most pilots hate it. It's kind of a GA, like the GA option, right? In amongst there, if you don't want to fly and pay the hefty landing fees and expensive gas of some of those other bigger international airports, right? You go to Teterboro. Is that what I understand correctly? It's a super tricky airspace, man. I could understand. If you don't like, it's kind of like driving in rush hour traffic, I think. If you're a country boy, you're not going to like the big city. Some of those guys, though, man, it's just like regular everyday life for them, so they're, no big deal. Okay, so Flat Rocks, let's just get a feel here. About 26 minutes into Flat Rock. And you can see we're kind of on an airway here, the Juliet 51, so that's why you have all these little waypoints that are like, 10 miles apart, 20 miles apart. But at a certain point in here, we do get onto the arrival. So we're making progress. Okay, that's one way to describe it, Shoes. I love it, man. You could paint a picture, buddy. Well, I am sure that this will be the only way I ever get to experience it, because I doubt that I'll ever fly to it. Odds are really against that, and then I highly doubt I would ever travel to it in any way. But you never know. I mean, you never know. About the time you say that, then you have something for a job that, you know, whatever. They've got a conference room at the Teterboro, whatever, Hangar 5. Well, I don't even know, man. It's just, you just never know. I may have to just go see it based on your description of, of what it's like.
Washington Center, Hooters 7, passing through flight level 220.
Jazz 824, good evening, sir, Washington Center. 80s will be up shortly at National, landing south. Cross Baltimore at a maintain 1010,000. Baltimore altimeter 2979er. Last aircraft calling, was that Hot 7 or Hooters 7? Good evening, Washington.
Phonetic is Hotel Oscar Tango, Hooters is the call sign.
Hooters 7, good evening, sir, Washington Center, welcome aboard. Continue climbing, maintain level 360.
Level 360, Hooters 7.
Is that really a thing? Hooters Air. I'm almost afraid to
Southwest
search
125, let's give you a shortcut. Expected route
for
revision
Hooters
119,
Air.
turn left heading 110. Descend and maintain 6,000.
110 down to 6,000, river visual
It's
19 southwest 125,
like,
thank you.
according to
FedEx
Wikipedia,
1755, expect the Alice approach from 19 center.
it's a
Alice 19
thing,
center,
although
FedEx
their call sign is
1755.
Pace. But look at there. I mean, that's right. Hooters 737. Good Lord. We'll keep it family friendly, but I think in your brain you can go to what the flight attendants probably look like there. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. I guess they're doing well. If they can buy their own line of 737s. That looked like a 300 or something, but still, that's pretty cool. Things you hear on longer flights. We're gonna stay family friendly here, Shoes. But yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it's hard not to think about jokes like that when you think of Hooters Air. I'm sorry, that's their gig, it's their deal. I know. I don't know, man.
American 2794, contact New York approach on.
No, I'm just kidding, man. It's
128.55. Have a nice landing.
when you're just, you know, when you're a business like that and you're just kind of so overtly
Bye-bye.
out there with doing that to women, I don't get it. But you know, whatever. I mean, that's their deal. That's their deal, I guess. And they're doing well enough that they can buy 737s and have their own airline. So, yeah.
Jazz 824, turn
And to be
right
fair,
heading
I've never been
70,
there.
descend and maintain 7,000.
That might be the most awesome, friendly place in the world, but yeah, yeah, you got a daughter,
New York approach, good
that's
evening.
probably not where you want her working.
2794 with you, descending 12,000 feet.
2795, this is still Washington.
Sorry about that, 2794.
Well, I'm hoping, Shoes, that I have ATC. I have filed My route tonight is includes the Jake 3 arrival and into runway 6. So I'm hoping that we'll have coverage because otherwise it might be a little bit funky. I mean, it's doable, but with just so much traffic still, I mean, as I look at the map, you know, it's settling down a little bit, but there's still over 60 people coming into and going out of Newark alone. And, you know, then we've got Kennedy and LaGuardia and Teterboro, you know, all, or Newark. I mean, we've got all these guys still going. Even Farmington has, oh, they only have one, I guess. Farmingdale, sorry. But, check on my cat. Anyway, so I'm hoping we have ATC. If not, you know, I guess that's something we definitely need to look at, is just making sure that we're hitting all of our marks. That is one of the great things about the GTN 750, though, is that it really does take care of a lot of that work for you, and we're thankful for that. It'll just be about us hitting our altitudes.
Southwest 125, advise a river in sight.
We'll advise when we're out of the clouds and it's in sight for Southwest 125.
Jazz 824, descend and maintain 3000, turn left heading 240.
So I'm looking at my fuel here, and we're burning 75 gallons an hour. We have 110 gallons left. So that means we have about an hour and a half or less of fuel, and we have
Washington Center, good evening again. This is United 1202 IFR to San Antonio.
United 1202, clearance on request, stand by 1 second for me. Break Southwest 125.
I might be in a heap of trouble here with fuel.
Alright, 120, we have the river Southwest 125.
Southwest 125, clear river visual, runway 19.
Clear the river visual, runway 19 for Southwest 125.
FedEx 1755, descend and maintain 3000.
Down to 3000, FedEx 1755.
Yeah, we're going to be real close on fuel.
Jazz 824, descend and maintain 2000.
To answer your question, no, the Eclipse does not. It does not have VNAV, to my knowledge. As you can see, just from the flight plan itself, it doesn't give you that option. That's one thing that the Reality Expansion Pack 750 does better than this.
Thanks, thank you very much. Jazz 824, Washington altimeter.
And that, I guess that also could be, though, an Eclipse thing, and maybe not a GTN thing. I don't know necessarily if maybe this plane just simply doesn't have VNAV. All right, let's see what. Okay, maybe I'm about to learn something from, like I always do from Shoes. Does a good job of teaching me here. So menu down here. Yeah, store, delete, invert, catalog. Yep, those are just flight plans. Yep.
Washington 333. United 69, descend by the Philbo 3. Actually, disregard.
And utilities, it has, you know, timer. It doesn't have any of the flight planning that you can do. The VCalc, that stuff's all grayed out there. So, yeah.
United 69, descend by the Dillon 3 arrival. Newark altimeter 2975.
So I wonder, though, if that's Shoes, if that's, like I say, a product of the airplane or a product of the avionics. I don't know.
Center, how you doing? American 1326, we fly 137 for Mars.
American at 12:23. Can you accept that flight plan, sir?
That's a negatory downwind
Yeah,
sim.
sorry, I just saw your
I did not. So I'm dragging some, I'm a dragon's butt right now, buddy. But I've got my...
Korean Air 251, good evening, Washington.
I've got my extra large Diet Dr. Pepper.
010 at 3, altimeter 207, runway 19, clear land.
I don't get cranky,
clear land, southwest
but I do get a little fussy.
Jazz 824, advise the river to your 12 o'clock, 8 miles.
Now my goal is to stay awake and flight sim or some
Jazz
other
824, cleared river visual, runway 19.
some other means to until my son has to, who's taken off here in the middle of the night to go down to for job training. I want to see him off. So fussy and cranky, yeah, they're not
FedEx
quite the same.
1755, descend and maintain 2,500.
I don't know.
2,500, FedEx 1755.
Yeah, them's my shoes. That's right. Yeah.
Today Express 334, contact
That's,
your
at least that's what I've been
5.32.
trying to do.
Have a nice flight.
You're right, Downwind. I will be up all night. I'm trying not to like power through it. I still have like half of it left. I'm just trying to just a little at a time, just to kind of keep myself going. But I also know that when the kid heads out the door too, that'll wake me up a lot. No, it's hard when they grow up.
United 1202, I have your clearance advised, ready to copy.
Yeah, 1202 ready.
So Downwind Sim,
1202, you cleared
here's
the
something I
FedEx
might
International
need you to
Airport
do
advised
for
on
me.
departure, auto
If
transit.
you could hop in
Maintain 3000, then expected flight level 3.
the, let's see, there's got to be an Air Force base or something. Norfolk. You could hop in the refueling plane at Norfolk and come out and dock with me. I could use about
Roger, cleared San Antonio.
500 gallons of fuel on each
auto,
tank right now.
Minutes filed, climb maintain 3000, expect 34017 after departure. Departure with you in squawk 2573, United 1202.
United 1226, squawk correction, United 1226.
I actually thought I was okay, but now I'm not so sure.
Reback is correct, push and start discretion. Call me ready for taxi, expect runway 30.
Call ready for taxi, we'll expect 30, United 1202.
FedEx 1755, return direct to RK, cross RK at or above 2000. At RK, cleared ILS approach, runway 19 center.
Alright, right turn direct RK, maintain 2,500 till established, cleared ILS 19 center. FedEx 1755.
Yeah, it's going to be really close, really close.
Alpha Charlie Papa to the ramp, maintain the frequency. Have a good evening, sir. Cross runway 4. Alpha Charlie Papa to the ramp and cross runway 4 for Southwest 125 next. Jazz 824, wind at National 010 at 3, altimeter 279, runway 19, clear land. UPS 1248, good evening, sir. Washington.
Yeah, so the range of my plane is about 1,500 miles, and the distance from Tampa to Teterboro is only 1,100 miles. So I felt like, you know, top it off,
Spirit Wings 132,
good to go. But now that I look at my fuel burn, I'm burning 80 gallons an hour, and I only have 101 gallons left. I'm a little bit worried. I just have a little over an hour of fuel left, and that's about what I have in terms of distance. So stay tuned. Actually, instead of getting the refueling plane fired up, well, if you can do that, that's option number one. If you can't do that, call ahead to Teterboro, and let's go ahead and have the emergency equipment standing by. Yeah,
Take
and I
back
actually
runway
thought about even, I'm only going about 240. You can do an economy cruise at 95%. I've been just a little bit above that the whole way. I wonder if I should back it off. If I back the speed off to 230, that probably would help me out a little bit. Let's go ahead, we'll do that. Just slow her down just a little bit. And yeah, it's not going to make that big of a difference as far as, as far as my time. It'll probably extend my overall time by about 10 minutes or so is all. Shouldn't be too bad. Straight in approach approved from 20,000. I'll let Sonante's on. Well, now he's doing Newark, so he won't be able to tell the guy, but
FedEx 1755,
maybe somebody
wind in
can
Dallas, calm,
pass the
altimeter
word
280,
on to
1 Anderson, clear land.
Teterboro Tower
1755.
coming in light. Maybe I'll have the passengers start throwing stuff out, empty out the mini bar, throw all those Red Bulls out the window. Yeah, see, now we're back down to our economy, about 95%. That's pretty good. That's as much as we can ask for. And the wind hasn't been too bad. It's it's been kind of off our side all night long, at least. So we haven't been fighting like this terrible headwind
Delta 1186, good evening,
the whole way, which is nice.
Continue climb flight level 350.
Flight 350, thank you very much. 1186. Hooters, have request step away up to 10.
Hooters, that's perfect.
Oh my goodness.
Altimeter for Newark for United 609.
United 609, the altimeter at Newark is 2975.
And
Contact New York,
and I tell you what, them's my shoes. I'm terrible at that. I use SimBrief. I use the planner up here, and yeah, I'm never on. I'm either way too heavy coming in, or kind of like tonight. I'm going to be, I'm putting it in neutral and coasting downhill. Alright, so we will be New York Center next. So let's see, what do we have? We probably have several. Nope, just one New York Center right now. 25325. Enter. That'll be ready. Rob is back. All right. Playing for the New Jersey Nets tonight, the slam dunk approach. So Rob, there's some discussion around whether or not I have enough fuel to make it. So this is where it's about to get interesting here.
Good evening,
Hello. What was that?
Yeah, and the altimeter 2979. Last aircraft calling your call sign. Last aircraft calling before United, your call sign.
We're going to have that, I think, Rob, one way or the other.
Land through 9963. Good evening, sir. Washington Center, welcome aboard. FedEx 1755, welcome to Dulles. Make left enable taxi to the ramp via Zulu. Maintain this frequency. Have a good evening, sir.
Left enable taxi to the ramp via Zulu. Have a good evening, FedEx 1755.
All right, I have.
11816, that's approved. Working back.
All right, gonna take another quick break here. Hopefully, it'll be our last one before we make our way into Teterboro. So sit tight. I'll be right back.
63, flight level 340.
Lima Peru 9963, I've talked to you already. Welcome aboard. Good evening, DC Center.
Washington Center, United 6392, flight level 390.
United 1692.
Good evening, Absolute 90963.
I show you at flight level 384. Confirm you're on standard. United 1223, hold short taxiway Zulu, give way to the FedEx 763 from left to right. Once he passes, runway 30, taxi by Zulu Yankee 11, altimeter 2980. United 1202, wind at Dulles calm. Upon departure.
DC Center, good evening, Absolute 90963, flight level 340.
And cliff takeoff runway 30, United 1202.
And just confirm, United 1202, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Yep, cliff takeoff 30, United 1202. Getting cut off there. I think you heard me there.
I did, yeah. Yeah, I think we're good.
Copy.
And United 1223, that FedEx has passed. Runway 30, taxi by Zulu Yankee 11.
DC Center, Absolute 90963, radio check.
Jazz 824, have a good evening, sir. Thanks for flying. Break, Lima Peru 9963, Washington. How do you hear me?
Center, American 1320, radio check.
American 1326, RVG 5x5.
Yeah, you're chipping in and out sometimes.
Hello, hello. Test one. There we go. I'm back.
All right,
I'm back,
American
and so is Kenny
26,
Monster.
Center by the Cavalier 3, Dulles landing south.
Downwind.
Altimeter 2980.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry, man. I mean, one of those weird things. Okay, I need to see where we're at. Is this Flat Rock? Yes, it is. All right, we are at Flat Rock. And
Yeah, sure. If you'd like it, we can give it to you.
all right, I need to start looking ahead. I know we're a ways out yet.
DC Center, again, Absolute 90963, flight level 340, radio check.
Lima Peru
I need
9963.
to look
how
at
do you read?
the
Loud and clear.
Jakey 3.
Hey, Lima Peru 9963, Washington Center. Welcome aboard. Break.
Is that it?
Yeah, at 1202.
Flat
when
Rock.
able to
Yep,
take you out.
Flat Rock is one of our transitions into the Jakey 3.
Sorry about that. I'm at 5,000. I'm
So let's go ahead. We'll brief this here a little bit.
Contact, climb, maintain, level 340.
We're going to be at 240 here at Peds, down at 13,000 Jakey. So this is nice. We get to start our descent here soon and help with some fuel. We'll be 11,250 at Wacky. I think 7,000 at Regal, and then on and in, hopefully to an ILS runway 6 approach here that starts at Solberg.
Sounds like 2 aircraft block. It looks
Sweet.
like 1326.
Sweet. All right, I like it a lot.
Yeah, I'm talking about a YouTuber who got...
And the fuel, the ever-present fuel situation.
I saw that
Burning
I,
73.
I didn't see the actual video. I need to go look at it.
And We have got 88 gallons left, so we've got a little over an hour.
Was a 2-second thing, right?
And we're gonna be close, guys. That's the main thing.
I'm gonna check again.
Kenny Monster, I'm about to run out of fuel, and Downwind Sim would not hop into the refueling plane and meet me dock halfway and give me 500 gallons of fuel. Oh, this thing might not even take 500 gallons of fuel. I don't even know.
Yeah, United 1202 is going to have to file a master report here.
I have a number for you to call.
Yeah.
Bad credit. Ah, thank you, Shoes. I may need it, man. I may need it. It just takes the possibility of the go around and all that stuff. Oh no, I won't. If I have to divert because of fuel, I will. In fact, I've been trying to do some math here just to see how far out I am, but I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. Now, if we get put into a hold or something, I may have to declare fuel critical. And uh-oh. Oh, the irony. Oh, yeah. What are you going to do? At least my
Washington, sir. Good evening, American 745 with you on 1 forecast.
At least my stream stutters have stopped.
745, good evening, sir. Washington Center. Current information at Dulles, wind calm, altimeter 2980, sky conditions are clear, few clouds at 7,000, temperature 242.22. You can expect Dallas approach from at 19er Center, descend by the Hyper 7.
Thanks so much for your information. Descend via Hyper Center and expect runway 19er Center, American 745.
If I'm reading this correctly, I think my final ETE is 41 minutes. And so we still have over an hour of fuel, so we should be good.
United 1202, level 15,000, requesting higher.
1202, I gave you 5.
I don't know if I'm reading that correctly, though.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said 15,000.
That's not a lot of extra fuel.
Time at 85, 340.
340, thanks.
According to my research, I was supposed to have about a good 500 miles almost of range more than the route I'm flying. Thanks a lot, the internet. Somebody's messing with Wikipedia again, I guess.
American 745 cross Hoosier at or above 5,000 at Hoosier, clear approach from 19 Center.
Cross Hoosier and 5,000, American 745.
I'm expecting us to get a little bit of a descent clearance here as well. We're supposed to be at 240 at PEDS, which is coming right up here. Yeah, so 60, I guess we still have about 100 miles to PEDS, so yeah, maybe not quite yet. I retract that statement. Unable. I'm already on the runway. Clear me onto the runway. Yeah,
Washington
Very good evening, Speedbird 9151 Heavy, level 410.
If somebody's on the runway, I'm going to have to go Harrison Ford and take the taxiway.
But I heard speedway 9151.
Or
Was that
is there a
confirmed?
good, like a little grass area next to the runway? I'm good. I'm a good bush pilot. I can put this baby down in the turf if I have
Two
to.
aircraft were calling me, but I heard speedbird 9151. Is that correct, Washington Center?
Hey, firm sir, Speedbird 9151 Heavy.
I might have
level
fuel
410.
for one go around.
Speedbird 9151. Good evening, Washington.
I think I'm going to have about 20 minutes of extra fuel.
Washington, good evening, American 11.
I should call Senate and tell him I'm declaring an emergency and I have to divert immediately into Newark.
Maintain level 370.
He would love me forever.
Climb and maintain level 370, American 1186.
Climbing and maintain flight level 370. How do you hear American 1186?
I hear you 5x5.
Hmm.
How do you hear me?
Apparently not very good.
1186, how do you hear me?
Oh. Yeah, I'm still streaming. OBS is going. I'm not showing on Twitch that I'm live, huh? Oh boy. Well. I don't know. Let me see. Go to my. I have my.
Delta 943. Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Washington
I'm still live.
Squawk 0513.
Here I am. Oh, for downwind sim. Okay. Sorry, man. You had me worried there for a second. Hence the at downwind sim. Yeah, see. Paying attention. Attention to detail.
Good evening, sir. Washington, welcome aboard. United 1223, wind at Dulles calm. Upon departure, fly heading 330, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
Downwind sim, are you up for some bush flying ops after I get on the ground here? It's only 11:30 your time.
One 1816, descend via the Jake 3, arrival altimeter Teterboro 2974.
Descend via Jake 3, 2974, November 11816. Alright, so we need to go down to 240. Yeah, I'm just going to use this guy, it's easiest. We'll start down there and yeah, let's see. I need to lose 5,000 feet. So multiply 5 times 3, 15.
Delta 943, radar
Can't even do
contact.
math. 150. I think I'm ready to start down, honestly. Alright, let's do it. We're going to just start a nice gradual descent. If we're down a little early, so be it. It's not going to be the perfect descent where you're in idle all the way down, but
descend by the Cavalier 3, Dulles landing
that's
south.
all. That's okay.
2980.
We'll try to keep our speed though at about 230 to 240.
United 6092, Washington Center.
And I'm getting really good gas mileage now, as you predicted, guys.
4268, ready passing 18,500 feet by level 2.
And why am I?
United 6092, Washington Center.
Oh my goodness gracious! What in the world?
Descend by the Cavalier 3, Dulles landing south.
I could have swore I spun that down. I actually was climbing. Wow, wow, that's not good. That is really not good. That's an inauspicious start to my arrival here, guys. Wow. Yeah.
1326, go ahead.
All right, that's selected.
Looking at our weather here, winds
wind calm.
And I do think
Visibility is
we will
10,
get.
clouds at 7,000.
I
Temperature.
do think we'll get the little arc here. Let me spin that out. Maybe we don't. Thought we got the little.
12:23 when able, state your altitude passing.
No. Whoops, that's too far out. I don't get that little descent arc. Okay, well, so be it. So we need to be 240 at PEDS. Can I, is that maybe something I can do down here? Can I put my flight plan down here? No. That would actually be kind of handy. So maybe I can do here.
Brickyard 256, good
Flight
evening, sir,
plan
Washington Center.
up here.
Cross eye rocket at
Okay, so
and
I've got
maintain
a, that's
Philadelphia altimeter
50, 60
278.
miles. Yeah, I'm going to be in great shape. Easily going to make that.
Cross rocket set 9,000,
This is not opposite day. Oh my gosh. Good Lord. So I'm actually going down a little faster than I even need to be here. So let's we'll level that out. Go 1,000 foot. And if we have to level out, so be it. We'll step it down just like an RNAV approach. The critical thing here is my fuel per gallon has went way down, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right, so I do have New York Center ready to go. I need to, let's see. There's a Teterboro arrival, but I don't have. Nope, that's not. In fact, I don't have anybody but Teterboro ground on right now that's specific to the area. So, do I have 3280 by chance for approach? No, I do not have 3280. So I have no idea which approach controller is going to be handling me. Maybe it's just going to be New York Center all the way down.
410 Hotel Alpha, good evening,
I
sir.
guess we'll find out.
Breaking out at 12.
Yeah, exactly. That the little blue banana, right?
Turn right.
And oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. It's on the right-hand side. So yeah, we're doing really good actually. So let's just do this. Let's level it to about 500 foot right now and mellow it out a little bit. We need to be at PEDS here. As I level out, I need to increase my... Well, no, it's doing a pretty good job, actually. Auto throttle's holding it right at about 230, which is what I want.
No worries. Let me know if you just want to remain on that.
So after PEDS, then we have to get down to 13 at Jakey, and then 11,000 at Waukee.
Okay, 410 Hotel Alpha.
7,000 at Regal.
Ready to copy 0 Hotel Alpha.
That's our
410
step descents here.
Richmond International Airport by the Conley 3 departure. Conley transition that is fouled. Maintain 3,000.
Man, there's a lot of airports around here. It's just crazy. Look at that.
14,000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure will be with me on 33.
This has got to be the Washington area, doesn't it?
0537.
We going over Dulles and Reagan and all that.
Clear to Richmond by Conley 3 departure.
What a cool area for aviation, though. I mean, just so much diversity. The only thing it doesn't have, bush strips.
Eclipse 0 Hotel Alpha Reback is correct. Time now 0342. You release for departure. Call me airborne above 1,000 feet. If not off by 0430, call back with intentions. Switch advisory is approved. Have a good takeoff.
Take off my discretion by 0430. You know, when I'm at 1,000 feet, 0 Hotel Alpha.
United 23.
All right, another
direct
Eclipse is
Swan,
joining the
navigation.
joining the fray here. Everybody, there's 240 coming in. Well before
Carlex 42.
Peds,
68,
so
I'm sorry.
yep, our N1's going to be increasing again here.
Climb and maintain for level 340.
You probably have time, Kenny. I've got to be, well,
Cross hog.
I
And
am
maintain for level 180.
30 minutes out. 30 minutes to final. So I guess it depends on how fast you can eat.
Washington Center, United 690, descending through 17,000 for 14,000.
United 690, good evening, sir. Washington Center, welcome aboard. Continue to descend by the Hyper 7 and expect the...
Okay, so let's check descent. Anti-ice is not needed yet. There is a little bit of weather coming up here. We may have to throw it on if we get into the clouds there. Window defog. We'll also have that ready to go. The barrel. I already forgot it. I think 78 is what they said. 78. 75. Sorry. 75. Oh, we don't want to set that yet. We're still above 240. Never mind. We've got to wait till we get past Peds. Then we'll go down. We'll go down. Let me preset my next altitude, though. It's going to be 13,000. This click spot's not too bad, I guess. Some of them I've had where, you know, if you're not like right on it, then all of a sudden it does the old zoom in, zoom out thing, which is where it's nice just to get right in here and adjust this. But probably not as realistic, I guess. But still okay.
7, descend and maintain for level 220.
Now we do have to, or we're expected to be at 250 down at Wacky. So perhaps when we start the descent after Peds, I'll actually nudge up our speed a little bit here and try to get it up closer to that 250.
American 745.
Oh, just hot dogs. Yeah, I had some hot dogs for lunch, man. Hot dogs and mac and cheese, man. American classic.
19 center.
Grandson loved it.
You're also a little high from there. What are your intentions?
Well, we have now 190 American 745.
Okay, well, but you're awfully high, so you should be at like 3,000 by RK. Do you want to vector back for resequencing, or what do you want to do? Visual to the field?
Yeah, that's fine. We can vector back, please, if you don't mind. American 745.
No worries, sir. Turn right heading 270. Descend and maintain 3,000 vectors for visual ILS approach.
Turn right heading 270 and down to 3,000 American 745. Sorry about that.
No worries, sir. It happens. Clipper 256, contact Philly approach on 128.4. Have a good night, sir. 128.4, Philly approach. Thanks so much for the service. Bye-bye, sir.
Washington Center, good evening. Giant 9046 Heavy.
Giant 9046, good evening, sir. Washington, welcome aboard.
All right, almost to Peds, and then we can start down. We'll be a little more aggressive with this one because we need 11,000 feet.
745, if you could expedite that turn heading 270, right
what? 44, 49, 50 miles, basically.
United 690 cross the Hoosier intersection at or above 5,000.
Hoosier at or above 5,000, United 690.
Ooh, man, fried chicken bites.
GPS 1248 cross hog.
Thai sweet
cross
chili.
At and maintain level 180.
That's pretty good, man. I'm starting to get hungry again.
GPS 1248 Washington.
All right, are we hitting Peds yet?
Yes, sir. Cross hogs at and maintain for level 180.
I like how it keeps
I didn't hear that, sir, but if you didn't hear me, cross hogs at and maintain flight level 180.
I like how it keeps the rest of your route just in case.
United 1202, contact
6 miles to
Indianapolis
Pete's.
Center, 119.55. Have a good flight.
119.55, thanks for the service, United 1202.
Bye-bye. United American 745 fuel is about 7 miles to your 9 o'clock. Do you want to go visual here, or do you want to resequence all the way back?
I can go visual here, American 745.
Works for me. Clear visual approach from 19 center.
Visual was 1 center, American 745.
Don't have a lot of traffic on my TCAS. I'm a little bit, I guess I do. There's a few here and there.
American 745, let's make it easier for you.
It's
Wind to
going to
Dallas,
get
call
busier and busier.
runway 19 center,
Looking forward to seeing if we can do it.
Thank you. Clear line runway 19 American 745.
All right, there we go.
United 690 and
Heading down.
approach, runway 19 center.
F20 cleared ILS runway 197 center approach.
Okay, so let's just take a look at our blue arc here. And again, we need to be 13,000 at Jake, and that's getting us pretty close. But they want us at 250 knots, so we're going to actually try to help them out and speed up a little bit here, which is probably going to adjust our arc just a little bit. So I'm actually going to go down a little steeper. Now, maybe I don't need to. Keep it at 1500. So one thing that's throwing me off here is up, the down is marked on the top and the up is marked on the bottom. So if you spin the wheel toward the down, it actually goes the opposite way that it should. It should, the number, the vertical speed should actually increase in the negative direction, and it's the opposite. That's a little bit of a weird setup there. All right, I think that's going to work.
1692, you keep keying up. Is everything okay?
I think that will work.
United 1692, Washington Center, you keep keying up. Is everything okay?
Oh yeah, no problem, man. We still have time. 22 minutes. Okay, I have that pretty well
Lufthansa 2, Mike India, good evening,
in.
sir. Washington Center, cross-eye rocket.
I need to be down to
9,000, Philadelphia altimeter.
11,000 when I get to. So I got to be 13,000 there and 11,000 at Wacky, and I've got plenty of time for that. I've got a good 33, almost, well, 34 miles.
9963,
So
they have airspace to the west.
we're good
Unfortunately,
there.
Atlanta Center's offline, radar service is terminated. Have a good rest of your flight, sir. Switch to advisory.
All right, 75. I'm going to go ahead and just set my altimeter right now. Not quite through it yet, but I can always flip it back to 29 or 92 very easily. So 29 or 75 is right there.
American 1326.
What else do we have to do here? Okay, I went below the clouds, so I'm not going to worry about anti-icing right now. I don't see any visible moisture. I'd like to
Brickyard 400 descend via
approach
the
at about 110.
Charlotte landing south.
And we'll have a VREF of 95.
Descend by Chesley 4, landing south, Brickyard 400.
All right, that's still looking good. So I've got my route over here on the right-hand side. I really could be, like, I could be utilizing this for something like terrain, or, I mean, there's no terrain here, obviously. Maybe traffic. Be a good thing, although traffic's over here. I just don't know. I just don't know what's the best use, I guess, of that. We'll just keep it on map.
6092, please stop keying up.
Alright, I'm going to take a quick peek here, and we're just going to, again, we don't have any ATIS for Teterboro specifically. We'll come back to this in just a second, but if we do get that ILS runway 6, we'll be hitting Solberg, and then Vings need to be down above, well, above 2,000. And then we're going to be looking at an approach.
Eclipse 0 Hotel Alpha, thank you, sir. Altitude checks for
A localizer of 1089 and an approach course of 060. The elevation is basically sea level.
Climate maintain 14,000.
We have a decision altitude of 206.
Resume navigation.
Missed approach is a climb to 1,000, and then a left-hand turn to 2,500 out to the Teterboro radial 335. There's the Patron intersection, and we're going to hold out there. All right. We'll get all that stuff put in. We'll go back to our approach chart here.
Delta 2.
It should do it for us automatically, but I'll put it in here as a backup. 1089. I'll leave it on standby. We'll just see what happens here, and then we'll put the course in here in just a second. All right, almost 13,000. We're pretty much right on the money. So I'm going to go ahead and spin this down to 11, and we'll adjust it to wacky.
What was that fix again? Papa Romeo what?
Papa Romeo Sierra Tango November.
Let's see how close we are already. Yep, wacky. See, we could level out here because we're going to be hitting it at Jake. So let's do that.
I have a Delta 21, a Delta 227. I don't have anybody near Preston.
Take it to about 1,000 feet per second. Let's see what happens. Oh, I can even go even less than that. 500 feet per second. That gets us a little closer to wacky.
Delta 21, good evening, sir. Washington Center, continue descend.
That's even going to get us.
Rally landing. Well,
we'll be leveled out a little before wacky. That's okay. That's okay.
I had a 2-3 plan, 2-3 right plan, but I'll go just what do you think?
That works for me too.
Alright, we'll level it out just a little bit more. And then after wacky, it's down to 7,000 for Regal.
Down to 1030.
And we're in good shape.
And Delta 227, are you still with me, sir?
Looking forward to getting my new graphics card so I can set my city to my lights to render a little bit further out. I love the night lighting, but it's just not quite.
Okay.
It doesn't render out very far.
United 690, wind to Dallas, calm, runway 100 center, clear land.
Clear land, 100 center, United 690.
It's Raleigh, not Rally.
It's Raleigh.
Tomato.
Hooter 7, descend and maintain 11,000, Myrtle Beach, altimeter 2996.
2996, 11,000, Hooter 7.
And Hooter 7 leaving airspace to the south. Jack's just signed off. Radar services terminated. Head register flight to Myrtle Beach. Supervisor approved.
Howard got off. Okay, Unicom, so long, Hooter 7.
In his defense, he was on for a while.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too, sir.
Ooh, all right.
Lufthansa 2.
The mixture enhanced
1326
beverage.
standby. Lufthansa 2, Mike India, contact
Very
clear approach
nice.
128.4. Good night.
I have a Blue Dolphin.
11816, contact New York approach at 128.55. Have a good landing at Teterboro.
2855. Thanks for the help. We'll see you. 11816. 2855. That was not what I expected. 12855. Okay. Checking in. New York approach. Good evening, Eclipse. November 11816. Descending 13,000. We're on the Jake 3.
November 11816, you can actually give New York approach a call on standby 173, frequency 127.6. Have a good night.
2760. All right, have a good night. Nobody wants to talk to me.
Yeah, 2394, descend and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000.
New York approach. Good evening, Eclipse. November 11816. 12,700 descending on the Jake 3.
November 11816, New York approach, hello. You are 22974.
74. I've turned him up just a little bit. He's kind of quiet. All right. Yeah, this is this is the truth, man. I'll just take my ball and go to Teterboro. I'll just cancel my IFR right here on the spot. I'll do it. Okay, so we're looking good to be. We got to go a little bit more aggressively to get down by Wacky.
That's ridiculous.
Al South MIA. Good evening, my friend. Thank you so much again for the sub 4-month streak. I think you got the longest streak, buddy. I hope you're doing great, man. It's awesome to see you. We're cruising in on fumes into Teterboro. We're still touch and go as to if we're going to have enough fuel. But so you're here at just the right time, man. Just the right time. Got to be down 11,000. Wacky at 11,000. Oh, we're right on the money. Right on the money.
Approach, good evening, Houston, November 14574, checking in 3,000.
Is there anybody?
November 14574, hello. The Somerville altimeter
Nope,
29974.
I don't even have Teterboro ground anymore, so this is our last guy right here. He'll take us all the way into Teterboro. Okay, let's spin the altitude down. We got to be 6,000 is our next mark to hit, and that is at excuse me, Regal 7,000 at Regal. Let's we'll put that in there and we'll see how close we are. And there's our little bar, and there's Regal, so we're gonna have to get a little more aggressive after we get past Wacky. And I'm guessing we can slow down. 210, yeah, in fact we gotta be at 210. So that'll be good. We'll decrease our rate of, or we'll decrease our speed and we'll increase our rate of descent.
Number 14575, data block conflict, recycle transport of squawk 0340.
Okay, almost to Wacky. Need to be 250, 11,000 and 250 at Wacky, and we're going to be maybe just a tiny bit low.
Contact 4 miles north of the yard, leave away.
We'll be in pretty close though. Good fixins. It is a fun bird, my man. It is really awesome. The more I fly it, the more I enjoy it. Thanks for popping in. Good to have you, man. All right, we'll hold this rate of descent. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna slow it down right now. 210. Let's use the auto throttle. Slow us down a bit. And then once we get past Wacky, we'll see if we can get that thing dialed in. Oh, there comes some precip. Are we still below? What's our outside air temp? Now we're 2 above. We may have to turn the strobes off. Well, no, we're in and out just that fast. Okay, down we go. Let's get it set up. We need to be, again, 7,000 at Regal. And there's our blue arc. I think we're going to be pretty close there at about, what is that, 1,400 foot per minute descent. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. Rolling out the red carpet. All right, approach is staying on just for me. Holy cow, JPC. Tell that guy, yeah, tell him thanks. It's way late. I mean, it's an hour. Isn't it an hour past? Weren't you guys supposed to be done an hour ago? Doggone it. That's very nice of him. Chris Balco. Okay. Okay. Oh, it ended 5 minutes ago? Okay, so I appreciate that. Yeah. I'll let him know. When I get on the ground, I'll definitely reach out to him. I'll let him know. He did a nice job. Had some great controllers today. John Bartlett was the DC guy that we spent a good chunk of our night with. He did a great job. Yeah, really overall just a good group. Newark still has 23 departures and 13 arrivals. Sonante still working overtime. Okay. Past Regal, then we're down to Solberg. Solberg, we needed to be all the way down to 2,000, by the way, so I'm going to spin that here in just a second. In fact, I might spin that guy right now. How close are we to where we need to be? Yep, Regal, that's cool. We're going to just keep it going down to 2,000. We've been, oh, you know what? We have not been cleared. We've not been given any kind of an approach, so we have to stop at 7. So that's
112 New York for that cover Cordia, you can mind you to come 122.8, take care.
Look at all this traffic here, holy cow. Wow, wow. Okay, well after Regal, it's Solberg. Gosh, do we go down? I can't remember. I don't want to descend too far, but I don't want to stay up too high either. And approach Eclipse 816.
Eclipse 816, yeah, go ahead.
Are we okay to plan the ILS runway 6?
Eclipse 816, it'll be the ILS 1019.
ILS 19er, okay, thank you, 816. Alright, well that helps. Remove arrival. And I need to go Teterboro. I need to go load arrival. Oh boy. Where am I going? What am I doing? Heading. Stay on course. ILS 19er. ILS 19er. So the winds have changed around a little bit here. We're on the Jake 3, and we did kind of, we were all the way back up here. Geez, Farmington. I hope that doesn't try to flip us around. We'll take Strahd. This could be interesting, boys and girls. Solzburg. If I go direct to, where does that put me? Put me kind of back on track here, I think. Okay, nav. I need to pull up this this arrival here real fast, guys. Was not expecting that. ILS 19er. So Strahd. I should go to Strahd right now is what I should go to. Okay, let me change that. Strahd. Direct to.
Eclipse 816 center maintain 6,000.
6,000. Eclipse 816. Okay, that'll help. That'll help. Altitude change. We're going down 1,000 feet per minute. Okay, and now we are on, to Strahd, and then that's going to bring us around. Yeah, we may have, and here's the problem. This is what I want to avoid. Here's traffic right here. 3,800 feet below us. And I might have cut a little too far in. Well, yeah, that's not good. Okay. Well, anyway. Kenny, I do have some time, man. I'll be happy to talk with you.
Eclipse 816, depart the Solberg VOR heading 050, vectors ILS 19.
And Eclipse 816, we may have messed that up. We actually are direct Strahd right now. My apologies.
Eclipse 816, yeah, if you want to do the ILS at Strahd, that'll work.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a moment of panic there, and I didn't want to get too far into the other airspace, so we'll just plan the ILS from Strahd.
Eclipse 816, Roger, proceed direct Strahd.
Direct Strahd. All right. Okay. So yeah, we should have. Okay. So I won't be able to show you that, but we could have kept going to Solberg like we thought, and then he would have given us a vector, which would have been a little bit more like flying a left-hand downwind for runway 19er. But as it stands, which is in our fuel situation not good, because we're actually going way out of the way here to fly the inbound. Strahd would have taken us more closer to the airport, and it would have been a much shorter pattern. So we have 16 minutes now till we're on the ground, and about 20 minutes of fuel. I better okay. And approach Eclipse 816. I hate to do this to you, but we're fuel critical, so we may need to actually have a shorter approach if you're able to.
Eclipse 816, Roger, tonight heading 070, be a visual runway 19 if you're able to take that.
Right turn 070, we'll expect the visual 19er. Thank you, Eclipse 816. Okay.
Eclipse 816, you said to maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, 816. Okay, that's gonna help. That's gonna help. Yep, get the popcorn, guys, because this is where the magic happens. And I'm even gonna just slow her down. Let's go 180. Let's just save Let's keep the fuel burn as low as we can. Less than 50 is now the mark for JPC. All right, there's a little bit of history there for those of you that are new to the stream. JPC is my sim CFI, and yeah, for the longest time he had a little bit of a wager out there for a landing under 1,000. There's some traffic out there. We need to be paying attention. Sorry, 100 feet per minute. And man, it just about became the JPC jinx. I was really having a hard time doing it, but now he's up the bar. Landing taxi needs to come on. Let's see what else here. To under 50 feet per minute. I don't think I've ever done that, ever in my history of flight simming. Anti-ice, no. Approach, again, approach speed is going to be 110. We're slowing ourselves down here, saving fuel, not being so slow that we're getting in the way of everybody. Sim Caesar did a -2. I guess mathematically, yes, you can beat that. The only time I ever approached somewhere even near -50 was in the Beechcraft Duke 60. I used to be a part of Cape Air Virtual, and that was the first ever like landing rate calculator. It wasn't one, I never streamed that stuff. Well, I did stream a few things, but anyway, it wouldn't show on the screen at the time, but after your flight you would look and see, and that would be one of the pieces of data that it would give you. And there were a couple times that I was down like close to that, but I've never yeah, I've never been able to get down less than 50. Yeah, that's just like the ultimate, right, in just timing it perfectly while you're...
Eclipse 816, two options that you can do. One, I could set you up for about a 5-mile direct base for 19, or I could send you somewhat direct the airport so you can join the downwind for 19.
Yeah, at this point I think whatever's going to be the shortest route would be best for us. 816.
816, roger.
Yeah, no, I'm not doubting it, Kenny.
816, how many fuel do you have in minutes so I can plan? Try to.
I'm approximately 20 minutes of fuel.
Roger, 816 tonight, heading 080.
080, 816. Okay, here we go, guys. 080. He's going to take us in here nice and tight, which is really, really nice of the guy. I am going to do this. Let's see. I might as well activate vectors to final. Can I activate that? Maybe not. You know what? Activate leg. For some reason, I should have the ability to activate vectors to final. All right, 1097. That's not right. Now it's 110.15. We'll just have that in there to back us up. Transfer that over. I'm going to change my CDI to GPS, or excuse me, to localizer, and I'm going to put a course of 195 in there, if I'm able. 95. just to get a feel for where I'm at.
816 set to maintain 4,000.
4,000, 816. Okay, let's get that set at 195. So he's kind of got us on a base right here, essentially. And down to 4,000. This will help us with some fuel again here. Which is a good thing. We'll take it. We'll take it. And where am I? Where are we, Teterboro? I don't see you.
Okay, we'll come to 816 set to maintain 3,000.
3,000, 816. How about 170? At
November 14570 uniform. Sussex altimeter 29076.
2976, thanks, Fox uniform.
all right, there's Teterboro. So I am kind of on that. I'm kind of on that base right now, that right base. The hard thing for me here is to pick out which of these airports is Teterboro.
160 airport is about 1 o'clock and about 1-2 miles, reported today.
I believe I have the airfield in sight, Eclipse 816.
Eclipse 816, Roger, clear visual approach, runway 19.
Clear for the visual 19er, Eclipse 816. Yeah, oh, and then the whole city flips in there, and I'm thinking that's our boy right there, though. Okay. Okay, so we're... Who was it that landed in the wrong airport the other day? Like it was somebody, like a pretty big time
Okay, we're looking for
pilot
fuel. We'll give you a call
streamer.
when we have it, 57 uniform.
I don't have, the thing is I don't have my localizer coming in here, so that's not good. 110.15, is that what I'm supposed to be? Yep, that's what I'm at. And so that'd be nice if I had a little localizer action, because that would help. That would help a lot. Oh, mama.
Eclipse 816, contact me, approach 109.2. Take care.
1920, thanks for the help, Eclipse 816. Dang it. That approach, good evening, Eclipse 11816. We are on the visual runway 19er.
Eclipse 11816, New York. Wind calm, runway 19er, clear to land.
19er clear to land, and just confirm this, it's just off my 3 o'clock right now?
Yeah, 3816, it's roughly 2 o'clock now, about 6 miles.
Okay, yeah, appreciate the help there, 816. So I think that's our boy right there. And we're kind of on the base. Okay, yeah. So this is us, and we're just kind of waiting to get around. It's a 19er here.
Hey, New York approach.
I can't believe I'm not getting a localizer. That's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing.
Sure, Romeo Foxtrot, New York departure, clearance on request, standby. United 358, leave my airspace, New York Center's offline, radar service terminated, frequency change approved, have a great flight.
There's 19er and there's 24, so I don't want to hit the second one there.
Roger, United 34,
I think this is 19er coming in right here. Okay.
Flying 220 level 2,500.
Alright, auto throttle coming off.
3424, New York departure, radar contact,
Autopilot coming off.
Climb and maintain 6,000.
Whoops.
36 up to 6,000, 24.
And, oh man, it's hard to see. Holy cow, it's hard to see.
Foxtrot clearance available, advise ready to copy.
It is hard to see. Holy
Break your copy.
cow.
2 Romeo Fox.
Number 2 Romeo Foxtrot cleared to Westchester
Okay.
County Airport, Rudy 6 departure.
There's our localizer.
Breezy.
Sweet.
Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Zulu, Yankee.
Whoa.
Going
Bouncy,
Victor 39,
bouncy.
then as filed. Maintain 2,000, expect
Okay, we're going to
repurchase
get on the
Columbia 6,
base.
top altitude 2,000, expect 3,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with me, squawk 1001.
Going to go a notch of flaps here.
Kilo Hotel Papa November via the Route 6 departure.
I feel much better now that I have the localizer.
Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Zulu, Yankee. Now we're going to the Victor 39. We're going to climb by the sea.
That's got to be it right there, doesn't it?
Squawk 1001.
If so, I'm pretty high.
And departure frequency with you.
That's got to be it.
2 Romeo Foxtrot,
Start to make that turn. Yep, there comes the localizer.
for departure. Cough taxi.
Going to go right through it, unfortunately, because we were at a
24
90
for departure.
degree,
I will
but
call you back for taxi. 2 Romeo Foxtrot.
at least we know where we're at. There we go.
United 3424, turn right heading 040.
Okay, gear coming down. We want about 110 on the approach. We're a little bit quick and a little bit high up still, but I think we can get this thing down on the glide slope. All right, gear down 3, green lights are on, altimeter set. There's our speed coming down here. Don't get too slow just yet. All right, we're on the glide here roughly. Now we're a little bit low. kind of my trademark. I'll overcorrect. I'll S-turn. I'll do the roller coaster thing. I'm not afraid. Let's just level it out a little bit here. Now we're way low.
3424, when able to proceed direct to Merritt to climb and maintain 17,000.
We're still descending way too fast. I'm surprised we're not getting the glide slope guy yelling at us. Level out. We've got time here. Alright, so not the prettiest approach. But I think at this point we're going to make the field, which is a win. And actually I have no idea where we're going to go. Left or right? Left. FBO's to the left. I'm slid a little to the right here. Alright, final notch of flaps in. Looking for 95. Ballooned a little bit with those flaps, didn't I? Darn it.
United 3424, contact Boston Center 134.7, good night. 134.7, 3424, good night.
Eh, 250. It was a little bit wiggly, a little to the right, but not too bad. This runway's bumpy, holy cow. And am I going to make that one? No, I'm not. The next one coming up here will be our turn. Again, I think it's a left-hand turn.
11816, welcome to Teterboro, exit to the right, say parking.
Yeah, we're just going to whatever GA spot's closest.
816, you can go straight ahead on the next right into the ramp, that's Jet Aviation.
Alright, straight ahead on the next ramp into Jet. Appreciate the help. Thanks for staying up late, November 11816.
I live for the traffic, have a good night.
YouTube. All right. Well, we're down, and with any luck, maybe even 26 gallons of fuel to get to jet aviation. And yeah, well, that was all right. That was all right. We will take it. So straight in. This is yeah, there's jet aviation. So this is a freeware airport that I researched and picked up. I do know that Dostoevsky Design has a version of this, but I thought I would check this out, and I was just kind of roaming around. It's pretty nice. It's got a lot of this kind of stuff, you know, a lot of this. Oh, geez, the baggage cart guy is blowing my doors off. Which way to the door store, man? I need some new doors.
Hey, New York approach, November 2
But yeah, it has a lot of this kind of stuff, which I think is pretty cool. So if you're a big fan of Teterboro, kind of like Them's My Shoes, you're going to want to check this out. You're going to want to go get this scenery so you can make this the hub of your FS Economy operations up here in the Northeast. Is there a place to park here, or can I just like
Southwest 25, New York departure.
put it wherever?
Contact, say altitude.
We're going to just put it right in front of this big hangar right here.
Problem with my LNAV, it's not engaging.
All right.
Southwest 25, turn right.
Park it right here, and
maintain 6,000.
let's work through the
Maintain 6,000, Southwest 25.
package park according to the tax bracket. I like that. I like that. Okay, we're gonna shut that off. Let's work through our shutdown checklist here real quickly. Throttle needs to be at idle for a minute. That sounds good. Parking brake needs to be set. And oh, for the life of me, I've forgotten where the parking brake is. Left-hand side somewhere, right? Left-hand side, parking brake, parking brake. If I was parking brake, where would I be? Tell you what I'm gonna do is this. Let's turn some lights on here and see if that helps. Where the heck is the parking brake? Pedestal? No. There it is. Parking brake set. That's not on the left-hand side. What? Pedestal. All right, got to change that. Oxygen needs to be turned off. The external lights need to be turned off. The left and right gens can be turned off. The bus tie can be turned off. Systems battery can be turned off. Wait a second. I shouldn't have done that. I should have turned my avionics off first. Darn it. Why is my... I don't have anything on my checklist. Okay, well, engines will come off last, I guess. That's just how it's going to be. I wonder if I keep the lights on, or if it just kind of runs off of some kind of internal battery. I don't know. Well, anyway, JPC, yeah, tell your boy thanks. I'll try to get on there and give him a little bit of feedback, love there. And let's see, everybody else also thanks. It was fun. It was a good time. I needed a nice long kind of just a long flight to take my mind off things and get down into Newark, where we have some some action, and or Teterboro, I guess. We didn't quite get to Newark, but and getting in this plane is always a good time. So let's see here. We need to put some chocks in. Let's get those doors open. Let's get the people out. Checking out let's see, the stream schedule here. So Tuesday, it's hard to believe. Coming up Tuesday is the last day of the month of June. Sioux City is hosting a GA Tuesday, and we're going to try to fire up the TBM 900 and fly around Sioux City, either into or out of Sioux City. I'm not exactly sure, 100% sure of the route just yet, but we'll make sure to post that, when we get it figured out. And then into July. July's got some cool stuff going on. I will tell you that there's a Bush League event coming up. We're going to do a Bush League rewind on the 6th of July. The first Monday of the month has been designated Bush League Mondays, and we're going to go back in time a little bit, back to April, and hit the Canyonlands again. There are some fly-ins and some other things coming up later on as well, but that's kind of the biggie. A bunch of good virtual USA Flying Club things coming up as well that I'll tell you more about as the month wraps up. But yeah, that's going to do it for me tonight. That's been plenty. I want to thank JPC and the New York ARTCC crew for putting this on. I also want to thank Jacksonville and DC controllers for being there and helping us out. They made it a ton of fun. There's no doubt about it. Them's my shoes. Hung out pretty much all night long. Rob Valkyrie, same thing. Thanks, guys. It was great to have some company there as we cruised up the southeastern part of the United States. Al South, MIL, always great to see you again, my friend. Have yourself a fantastic weekend. Downwind Sim, we can chit chat later on about things if you want. Who won the deal, by the way? Downwind, did you get it? Well, I don't even remember. It was in the 200s, right? Yeah, Good Fixins had me at 100. Yeah, I just kind of got a little bit wobbly there at the end, didn't I? Rob Valkyrie, kind, 167. So, yeah, them's my shoes, $150. JPC, oh, yeah. I think there's a little sarcasm in that prediction. And then Kenny Monster, kind of, he knows what neighborhood I live in. He knows where Landingville is for me. Up there about 396. That's actually about where I've been for the last 2 months. Yeah, them's my shoes. Gear speed's 200. So is that when you put it down, or is that the max speed shoes? Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of knowing the numbers a little bit on the book, but not really applicable. But anyway, so we a guy just checked in. I don't know if it's a guy, but Yojo 152. I appreciate you stopping by, and I apologize. I didn't see you there. So if you're still around, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming in. Is the CDI on localizer or GPS? So I don't know at what point you were tuning in. I think you probably were tuning in when I was trying to grab that localizer, and I had put it over on VOR1, and again, as we saw, I just wasn't close enough. Which makes sense, because in this area with so much traffic or so many airports, you're not going to have that huge range for your localizers, So I just wasn't close enough, and it all worked out. So who was it? Oh, it was 757 Spy that landed in the wrong airport. Yeah. It's boy, up here. I mean, I could see how you would do it. Who else? Who else has been here tonight? Good Fixins. Yeah, you guys, there's a lot of people. I'm not going to be able to catch them all, but I appreciate each and every one of you coming in, hanging out, and Yojo 152. All right, buddy. Well, it's after midnight for you. Well, thanks for staying up late, and again, appreciate you coming by. And I don't know that I have seen you here too many times, so I hopefully you liked what you saw, and you'll come back and hang out with us again later on. Again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays are when I do this. I do put the archived videos up on YouTube. It's the same name, Melvin Leroy. And then I do have, you've seen the Discord invites all night long. Have fun connecting with people that know more than me. That's really what's fun. And we've got a great community on the Discord right now. So in the meantime, I am going to shut her down. No raids tonight. We're just going to kind of put it to bed. I'm going to go visit with you, Kenny Monster. I'll meet you on my voice Discord here in just a couple of minutes. So until next time, you guys have an awesome rest of your night and weekend. and we'll see you soon. Take care. God bless.